begin.
It's time to start.
It's time to start.
Go.
It's time to play video game. It's time to
Video
accomplish
games. Let's do it.
great
51.
deeds of the
That's
virtual
incredible.
variety. Oh dear God.
Some of my favorite deeds have been of the virtual variety. Let me
Yes.
tell you. Saving Princess Peach,
Okay, I think we still need.
building a house in Skyrim. These are some of my life accomplishments.
Of course.
So we left off
They both have
in a
super
not
Crush
happy
Bears.
place.
Very not happy. I think I'm gonna give the Franklin badge back to him because he's the only one that doesn't have a teddy bear on him right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I have to go through the pyramid again.
Yep.
Which
And
is
this time without poo.
without poo.
Well,
Although we
without
got through most of it
next.
without poo, or next rather. You were correct.
I remembered his name.
We got through most of it. It's so hard to remember, you know.
It's not easy,
Not easy.
but we will make do without him.
Speaking of names, do you remember?
Shouldn't you be like using the teleport thing?
I can do
Teleport
that.
run?
You're
Yeah.
right. We got that ability like last time, and I totally forgot about it.
We've had it for a little while.
Have we? How long have we
We
had it?
had it before that,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
like next even had it, but he had an even better version.
He had a
But he's
better
gone
version.
now.
Now he's fucking gone. He just ditched us, that bitch.
He had to go on like a spiritual journey.
Scrub. That's where we're gonna go.
His mom was upset because he was riding his bike without like the reflectors, and she said, "You're coming home this instant."
Yep, that's exactly what happened. What is our PSI at? Not amazing.
No, not particular.
I don't think.
I don't think anything is particularly amazing at this point.
No, not at all.
Yeah, they look a bit
hotel?
worse for wear.
Nice.
I imagine. But yeah, so this is not a fun place to start off. The pyramid was a rough endeavor having to deal with the first time. So I'm sad we have to do it again.
Yeah.
I wish there was like maybe a bridge or something that was built after we made it across.
That would be
It's
nice.
too much.
So
Yeah.
we all back?
Or if there's
Yeah,
like
we're good now.
a teleport to the dungeon man.
Of course.
That would, that also would have just been good enough. I'd been
Gotta
totally
withdraw
down and happy with
another
that.
like 4,000 just to
Just for good luck,
just
I
for
guess.
good luck.
Why do we need an extra
No, because we need to
4,000
buy all the
money?
fucking double bottle rockets or whatever for Jeff. Or
Oh, that's
Sam.
right.
Okay,
I completely forgot about having to do
it's
stuff
been
like
2
that.
weeks, and now I have to get back
It has
back into the habit of calling them all by their fucking wrong names.
Speaking of like 2 weeks, I like to save these things for on stream. I am not up to date as to why we didn't have a stream last week.
Oh,
I've had
oh,
conversations
right.
with you. We did D&D twice. In the meantime, I haven't asked because I like to do this
Not
on
said
stream.
anything.
I like to get the word of mouth, right here, right now. What happened?
Well, as you may recall, it was
What's the hot goss?
a specific holiday by the name of, I believe, the 4th of July? I think that's
That's
the
a
name
date.
of it. Yeah. Yeah, because
It's called Independence Day.
because that was the point in time that it was. My family was like, "Hey, our aunt has beach house. Let's go there for a day." So we did that. And then the next day we drove home like halfway through the day, and by the time I got home, I was like, "Well, we're already late for stream. I am extremely tired. Let's not do it."
Extremely tired.
Extremely, because I had like
Because you weren't allowed to sit in the car. You had to run a lot. You had to
Yeah.
like keep pace with the car. You were running the whole way.
that is exactly why.
Very tiring, I'll tell you what.
Speaking of very tiring, it is extremely hot in here. I'm gonna go turn on the AC very quick.
Fair enough. I also had a 4th of July as well, surprisingly. You might not have expected that, but it's the truth. My family, we actually, it's really just me and my dad. We have like a family tradition for certain holidays when there's a couple like local nearby parades. We'll take our old Alfa Romeo car, and we'll go in the antique car type thing, which they usually have at parades. We'll do that as like a father-son type thing. Because me and my dad, we're both like not antisocial, but like asocial. So we like pick and choose our moments to have like father-son like bonding times where it's like, oh, we'll go golfing or something, and that's like him and me spend some time together. Even if we don't talk, it's like, yeah, this father-son bonding time. Because otherwise, it just doesn't happen. Because we don't talk too much, even though we're very close. It's just like, oh yeah, just in the presence of each other. But then every now and then it's like we have to just like remind each other that we can talk. We have like golf. We have like
we have golf.
We have golf. We'll go to concerts a lot of the time. That's a thing I actually do where I don't know half of the bands we go to. I'm just like, I'm going to spend some time with my dad. Yeah, let's go to a concert. It'll be fun. It's just a nice like father-son type thing we do. For the we'll always take a little Alfa Romeo to the parades. However, we have, because like for the last 3 or 4 years, it's just rained in the area whenever like the Memorial Day parade would happen. We're just like, yeah, we're already here. We're in the car. Let's just be a one-man parade, or a two-man, one-car parade. One-car parade. I don't know which one sounds the best, but we just do that every year, and so it's nice. This was the first time that this is because of not rain, but a pandemic. They're not having the 4th of July parade, so it's like, well, this will be a new experience. This will be the first time we're the one-car parade for 4th of July. And so, we've done a few years, so we knew the route. We just drove along that, and we'd wave to people, be like, happy 4th. It's nice. It's a fun little thing. But
you do your
whilst we're driving home,
I hope to see your drawings. May they be good.
Good drawings. But so like whilst we were heading home after the parade, after we waved to like 3 or 4 people. It was people weren't really walking around too much, as you might expect. We're just like we're like stopped at the top of a hill, and it's an old what do you call it? It's an old stick shift. So it's like you have to like change the clutch, and you have to like first gear you have to go like it's like 1 to 5 miles per hour. Second gear is like up to 10 miles per hour, and you have to change it. Otherwise, it'll start to like grind the engine. You have to change depending on how fast you're going to be going. That's why you change the gears in the stick shift. And so it's a little hard to start. It's a little bit slow. But we get up the hill, we start going, and then we're just like looking at you, just like talk like, oh yeah, it was a nice thing. It's always, I enjoy doing these things. This is great. Just a big tree branch just falls out of a tree right in front of us in the middle of the road. And just like it hits the road, just cracks and just like shatters everywhere. If we were in an automatic car, it would have hit us. It would have landed probably on our heads, because we were in a convertible, so the top was down. If it had not been for the fact we were driving a stick shift, we would have had like a huge tree branch fall on our heads and probably not kill us, but do some bad damage. It would have sucked. Luckily, because it did like shatter when it hit the street, we were able to like sort of go in the middle of the road where it shattered and not have to like drive over the too much of the branches. But it was like a, oh my god, that just happened moment. It was we were just like doing a nice thing, and then suddenly we were almost like killed by an act of God. But it was other than almost dying, it was a pretty good little thing. It was nice, and we always enjoy it. It's just like a father-son thing. It's like, yeah, this is how we're gonna like be like father-son bonding. Also sometimes we'll go fishing. We like pick our like, hey, let's do this. Okay, sure, yeah. Let's be cool. Father-son bonding. It's good. Yeah, that was my 4th of July. It was cool. I enjoyed it.
So,
I was gonna say, you're a bit bold for actually, I mean, like, not like super bold, because I guess you don't really have like too many people to protect, but like, I like to go. I mean, it's still a pandemic, so to like go down to like your aunt's beach house is one of those things. I'm just like,
I mean, our aunt
I couldn't imagine
lives
myself
not too far away from us here.
Yeah.
They were just down there at the time. So, and she's been like coming to our house, and my mom's been going to her house and whatnot. So we've just generally been in close contact anyway. So
I mean, Yeah, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
It's braver than I, but I mean, like the real thing about the reason you have to be careful is because, like you or me, if we got sick, it's fine. It really doesn't matter. We'll be fine. If someone who is like over a certain age, like they're like senior citizen or like they have an outstanding health condition or underlying health condition, that's when it's actually dangerous. And the reason you don't want to get sick, like you and me, we wouldn't want to get sick, is because we wouldn't want to accidentally get one of those people sick and then possibly kill them.
Yeah, so, I mean,
so that's the reason we want to avoid it. If you don't have anyone to protect...
there's no one really that
then I guess it is kind of
particularly at risk.
Like, the other thing is, of course, you don't want to get your work sick, because then your business is closed down and goes under, and then you don't have a job. If it goes under, because it can't, like, be open for 2 weeks. That is also a risk. That's, like, another thing on my side, where if I get sick, because also I work at, like, you know, clinic, so if I get sick, it's probably, it spreads to everyone. Then it's like, well, now the locations are all going to close because people go back and forth between them, and probably going to go under. I'm not going to have a job. That's probably kind of stinky. That's not fun. That on top of the fact that there are people in my household who could be potentially at risk of being like, or being in a high risk category due to age or things like that. So that's why, I guess that's why I have to be scared. You don't have as much to be afraid of. But that's like the thing that sucks about, like, oh wow, look at this.
What?
All we had to do was go left, and there would not have been any issues.
This is the coolest dungeon ever. There's a fucking hospital right here.
You are taking it very well. The fact that we did not have to leave this place and go back.
We still have to sell stuff. We wouldn't have been able to do that here. Or I guess the guy outside we could have sold stuff to.
There's a phone there.
Oh well.
We still could put stuff away.
Yeah, we just didn't go to the left. Oh yeah,
we did not go to the left, and that's heartbreaking. I don't know. Maybe it's a beautiful thing. I should be happy about it.
I don't know. It's fine. It didn't take too much time.
It didn't take that much time. You're right.
The entire pyramid was completely desolate. I was pleasantly surprised by how forgiving the game was.
Yeah. You know, we did actually get pretty lucky there. You're right.
I was honestly expecting it to be still teeming with monsters.
I was as well. I guess maybe because we cleared it, it's just dead empty.
Where do we actually end up if we die in here? Because like our last. Oh wait, no, we
can save.
Yeah, no, we save here, and that's right. I forgot how the fucking death system worked.
Yeah. It's your dad. Oh, I love mine.
Nice.
Oh, I love mine. It's fantastic.
Actually, since there's an ATM here, should we try buying more bottle rockets?
Do we need them at the moment?
Could probably at least get one.
We can get them later, unless you think we're gonna need them.
I don't think we're gonna need them. I just don't want to have to backtrack back here to get them later.
I guess that's fair.
I might as well just grab them while we're here.
Okay, sure.
Plush bear.
I'm saying I'm also just like, just be careful not to overfill the inventory and all.
Thank you.
Also, you can eat the cookie.
Oh yeah, the cookie.
Because taking up a space and it doesn't do much. When all's said and done.
Cookie.
Okay.
Who's on her teeth?
Good boy.
Alright. What else do we have? Bottle of water. What does the bottle of water do again?
Bottle
of water, when you drink it, your PP slightly increases.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Right.
The phrasing.
Phrasing? Please. Does anyone know how this works? I'd like to know.
I have no clue. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, let's just go grab one more bottle rocket and then come back.
Fair enough. Or we could get like 3 and just like put them in the express.
That's gonna take time.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
Fair enough. I'm just like, that way we don't have to come back here if we just like stock up now.
Alright, we were also supposed to read the signs. Welcome, you're inside of my body. Brick Road.
Brick Road.
Okay.
Well then.
Like,
And now we're not
bottom.
inside his body.
Oh god.
Look out.
Ah.
Bold choice. At least it's just
I
one.
don't know what happened there. Yeah,
Well,
this
you
is just
tell us.
Oh dear God.
Wow. That bear does not have strong defense, does it?
No. At least it didn't die.
Yeah, at least it did not die. That is true.
That's what really matters.
That's what, you know, the bear is always there for us.
Nice.
Thank goodness for it.
Let's go.
Beautiful UFO destroy. So Ivy.
Right, what I was gonna say before, the reason I was so tired, is because, the day before that we left, I had woken up, I think, sometime around 10 p.m. So, and I was like, well, we're gonna be leaving, like, tomorrow. I'm not gonna be able to get sleep in before we leave. I guess I'll just stay up. So I did that, and I stayed up all the way through the night and through the next day, and then until like 1 in the morning. So and then the next day I woke up at like 9 in the morning. So not an amazing amount of sleep after that.
Doesn't sound like it. Not at all.
And so that is the real reason why I was not feeling it.
Yeah, you would have been out of it anyways if we did actually stream.
Yeah.
You would have been loop-de-doo. That's fine. You know, I'm forgiving, of course. You know, I'm a benevolent.
From off screen. What the
co-host.
fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. They do that. You get used to it though, sometimes.
No, I'd rather not get used to it. I'd rather just be annoyed every single time.
That's fair. You know what? Who am I to judge, really? Let's be honest. Oh, actually, I do actually have another thing to say about the, what do you call it? The 4th of July. And, more or less, actually, it was more the 5th of July when we were supposed to stream. But I have a little bit more to say. Since we might not have streamed, I had actually prepared something that day. I did it that day, but I recorded the first, well, not the first, but the pilot episode of the Thoughtcast. You know, layman's terms, as it's already been debuted in Earthbound. But this was a more like professional, like I actually did a few takes, I did some editing, I removed some ums and hahs and some spaces
how
just to make it
has
flow.
The program's been working for you?
Fantastic, actually. They're doing great. I've been making a map in Illustrator and it's been making me very happy. I've been enjoying life. I've been making flags and stuff, banners. It's been a great time. I enjoy it a lot. It's just a fun little way for me to spend a little bit of time and creativity every now and then. I enjoy it. And that's what matters. But I actually did use the is Audition, I think is the
yes,
the odd editing thing. I used that a little bit for it, but mostly I did it in Audacity itself, the editing. But I recorded it and I actually did 2 takes. Not 2 takes, I did several takes, but I did 2 different versions for layman's terms, because I'd actually written everything down, and then I actually remade a script with sort of a different idea behind it. Only to find out it was too large for me to put it on Discord.
Oh, yeah, the frickin' 8 megabyte, or 8 gigabyte? No, megabyte. It's 8 megs. Is the max, something like that. I was so heartbroken because it was like I was having like a personal like, it's not good enough. I can't put it. No, the purpose is it's not supposed to be good. It's supposed to be, you know, a little bit of guff that's just some fun entertainment. I just put it up there as an unlisted on YouTube. And then like that.
That was what I was trying to avoid though. I wanted it to be something that's just in the Discord. It's nowhere else. It's even the name, the Thoughtcast, is something that's probably already taken. That way, I can't put it anywhere else within reason. You know, that was I did that intentionally. That way, it
Well, you could call it
reinforces
like
the
the
fact
Tomcast
it doesn't.
or something like that.
Well, I didn't want to do that because that goes against the point. The reason I did the Thoughtcast was so it reinforces the fact it goes nowhere. It stays here. It's not like super duper good content. It's just content. It's something that I can just do and I could throw out there. It's just something fun and small, not something I have to like fawn over and really have to like worry and be like it wasn't good enough. It's just no, it doesn't have to be good enough. It's just the Thoughtcast. It's just whatever it is. That was like a huge purpose because that helps me get over the anxiety of being like I actually like releasing something. It's like it doesn't have to be perfect. It's good enough for what it is. It's the Thoughtcast. That was sort of the purpose of it. And so the fact that I couldn't, I don't want to put it on YouTube. I don't want to put it like on SoundCloud. I don't want to do those things. That was exactly what I was trying to avoid when making it. And so I was like, no. Why? I was so heartbroken when it happened.
And you can bit crush it to oblivion to fit it into that 8 meg size.
I could.
That could be funny.
It could be something. Yeah, it could be funny.
Fucking Christ.
Well.
Yeah, I'm remembering why I don't like this game. It's coming back to me. Oh, I did it. Let's go.
Nice. Wow, they disappeared. That's actually fairly generous. Yeah, you probably have enough money.
Hopefully.
So, yeah. But yeah, that was a heartbreak that happened. I was just gonna like throw up in the Discord, be like, hey, since we're not gonna stream, I did this. Hey, it's cool. I wasn't able to do it. I was just like, I'm just gonna cry and just remorse. I'm just like, I was so like heartbroken. I was like, it actually did take a lot like in me to actually be able to like record it and get to a spot where I was like, okay, I'm gonna put it up, and then to just have like, sorry, it's too big. I'm just like,
Discord wide. Now you gotta get Nitro.
I have to get Nitro, or
increase that
I could just cry about
file size limit to what, like 100?
I think it's 100 something megabytes.
128 megs, I think, something like that. Sounds
something
right.
like that. Something better and more, more usable.
Something you can actually fit an MP3 into.
Yeah, that was like a heartbreak. I may put it up because it's not just I mean, like the first half of it is just basically what I did on Earthbound already for layman's terms, but the second half was actually I did write like a script, and it's a different like interpretation and take on it, focusing less on the story. Like there's like some new content, so I might like put it up there one day if I do get Nitro or find like some other way to put it up. It was so heartbreaking to not be able to.
Oh.
Sneak.
This is a good dungeon.
Pretty cool, yeah.
I like this.
Don't read the signs. Don't forget.
20 HP.
That's
Whoa.
freaking cool and a half. My statistics show about 70% of people go to the right first. Keep reading. Brick Road.
Well, he was definitely right about that.
He was correct. Keep this board in mind. Brick Road.
I'll keep it in mind.
I will try my best. Even though you can't get up there now, you might be able to later. Brick Road. Your first goal is to reach the 4 ropes. Brick Road. I wonder how many of these are lies. Place an item at the dead end. You are free to take it whenever you want. Brick Road. Tim, open the present. There is a molokhaya soup inside. Molokhaya. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. Oh! Is that milk soup?
I maybe, I don't know.
Was it Moloko? Or
Moloko.
Moloko?
Is, yeah. That's...
See that?
I don't know what the...
You told me that
is.
once in like 8th grade.
Of course, and it's stuck with you forever.
It has stuck with me since. I know what milk in Russian is. Look out. Oh, come on. There's
At least
always
these guys
3,
aren't
I
that
guess.
difficult.
They're not difficult, actually, which is pretty nice. I was thinking about that as well. I was wondering if I was just wrong and not paying good enough attention, so that's why I didn't say it at any point. But it is a nice reprieve and a nice, like, breath, even though it is always 3 for some reason.
It's always the same 3, also.
Yeah. Strange.
Interesting. No, not more. No.
Oh no. Hertz is dead. That's not good at all. Oh no.
Walk back to the start and pay pay the $200 fine. Oh my fucking god.
It's not. I think it just waits for them as well. I think it's just scripted sometimes, where it will just wait, like, as long as it has to. 'Cause I feel like it's done that before. The protoplasm felt strange. What happened? What? Paying attention to the game again, and it's confusing me. It's weirding me out.
Why is Sam not taking any damage from the hot coffee? I don't understand.
He's buff.
He's used to it. He's a fucking British man.
Just too cool.
Takes
for hot coffee to
takes
affect
hot coffee like a champ. I should probably kill the coffee first, honestly.
Fair enough. Gotta kick that habit.
Kick
coffee.
the coffee.
Wow. He lived anyways, but that was close. Oh.
Well, at least Sam can kill him.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we were already on our way back to the
yep,
to the hospital anyway, so.
Well, oh my fucking god.
Run. Just run. Just run.
It's not like they could do anything to me. What are they gonna do? Spill coffee on me and do another 4 damage?
Maybe, probably. I don't know.
Or
I haven't been paying good enough attention to know what else they
do
could
a lot
do.
of damage, apparently.
I guess so. I mean, 61 is not that. It's not super a lot of damage. Let's go.
I fucking swear.
This is absurd. There's only 2 of this. No.
It's always 3.
Yeah, I think it is just scripted. I don't know why. What is the symbolism of these? What is the relevance?
I don't know. There's spilled
It's weird.
coffee.
I don't like it.
There's a record
Scalding
with a
coffee at
smiley
that.
face and protoplasm with 2 dot eyes.
Correct. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try. Maybe it's a reference to the 50s and 60s, where they had coffee, and it's the reference to the beatnik generation, where they had coffee houses. They drank coffee and they would complain at coffee houses, and they would listen to records at the time, such as hippie music. I couldn't think of any bands. I don't know. Hippie, what's a hippie music? Creedence Clearwater Revival. There we go. They listen to Creedence Clearwater Revival. I read Alan. Was it Alan?
I have to revive my friends first.
Allen Ginsberg. Then they had protoplasm. The hippies had protoplasm. The hippies and beatniks were separate people. That's
Yeah.
I should refrain. They are distinct, I think. I did a book report on them. Not book report, I did a report on them once, so I should know these things. Oh, so since it's been 2 weeks, I do expect. Have you been up to anything, Ivy? I've been doing anything?
A lot of things. I'm trying to remember. This is a serious problem. I like do a ton of shit throughout a week, and then as soon as we're on stream, I just all of it just exits my brain. I don't understand why it happened.
Were there always that many signs there?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. I felt like one was new. I don't know why. I don't even trust myself at this point. All these dang presents. You have to start writing stuff down. You need to keep a diary or journal.
The thing is, I have written a few things down in the freaking stream notes that I have.
Yeah.
I was expecting 2 more to come from off stream. From off.
I was
off-stream.
I was waiting as well. I was like, where are they gonna come from? I was about to be like, take back
this thing. It doesn't have a lot of health.
Not particularly. I mean, it's a record. They're fairly fragile.
Let's get scratching. Dun, dun, dun.
Let's get scratching.
Stop moving. Let's go.
All right. Good stuff.
Anyway, one of the things I did write down though, that actually pertains to the beach.
You have to read the signs, Ivy.
Or not the beach, yes, the beach. But as to the 4th of July.
Yes. 4th of July.
I went to the beach. A very populated, socially distanced beach, apparently. It was really weird just how many people were on the beach.
That's not mutually exclusive.
I, however, kept completely dry. I was 100% dry.
You didn't drink any alcohol?
No, did not drink any alcohol. I also did not go swimming because I hate the beach. And
double dry.
And I figured out why. I've solved the issue.
Why? There's sand
sucks.
and it's coarse, rough, and gets everywhere, huh?
I'm getting.
Is that why you hate the beach?
Okay, so the sand, right? The sand is only a problem.
It's actually the sand.
No. The sand is only a problem when when it's like in between you and something else. So like so if you're wearing shoes and you're on the beach, sand will be in your shoes, and then the sand rubbing up against in between your foot and your shoe is what causes the irritation. Why it's not fun to have on you.
Yeah.
But if you take off your shoes, then it's just on your feet, and it's just like some like sort of it's just like it's fine as long as it's not like scorching hot. But yeah, it's like fine if it's just on your feet if you're not wearing shoes.
Honestly, I'll say there's something nostalgic to me about scorching hot sand on the feet. There's something about them that I'm like, oh wow, this reminds me of when I was like a kid. It's like the trick I always did was you dig a little hole and then you get the wet sand or like the sand that's cool because the sun hasn't been on it. That's a little bit underneath the hot sand. That's the trick I'd always do. But I find it like nostalgic. I'm like, hot sand. This is the beach. Because we used to go to the beach when I was a kid. It was nice. It was always a great time. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
But anyway, so the sand not a problem on its own. It's very, very manageable. You can sweep it off pretty easily if it gets like up your legs or something, and you're not wearing long pants, which you shouldn't be if you're on the beach.
Yeah.
And the water also fine. It's just salty, so you don't want it in your eyes. That's also easily avoidable.
Yeah.
Okay. The real problem, the real issue is the in-between. It's going from sand to water or vice versa. That is the actual problem with the beach.
I can understand the latter.
Going into the water, you have sand on you. And going into the water, the sand is going to get in. It's going to move up and get into all those crevices. That's going to make it uncomfortable. And
stay in the water for a while.
Yeah, you can stay in the water for a while, but coming out of the water, you are now wet, and the sand will stick to you better and get into more crevices because of that.
Also, because if you're in the water and you're coming in where the waves are crashing, there's going to be a lot of sand in that water just because of the crash waves.
A lot of sand just in the water that's like splashing around.
Yeah.
So that right there, that transitionary period from water to sand or sand to water, that is the actual problem with the beach and why I hate it.
However, every beach I've been to, this is I assume at least a standard. They have like not fountains, but like not showers, but like a little thing where you can like spray the water off your like feet and legs.
Not this one. I've like barely seen
went to
any
the
beaches that
four-person
have those,
beach?
honestly.
I've never seen a beach that has not had one.
I don't know. Usually beaches. Usually when I go to the beach, I just bring like water bottles and like pour them on my feet or something. This time because I was prepared. I was so fucking dry. I didn't even need to. I just like swoop, all the sand came off. It was amazing.
That's good. I will say one thing is that, I mean, if you don't go, like, there's usually like an actual entrance to the beach where there's like a large parking, and then there's like little like, usually there's like a big dune and then some like, not like scaffolding, but like a little like, I guess like stairs over onto the beach that you can also take that aren't the main like entrance. What a prank. You only fought 2, so it makes sense there'd be 1 left over.
Yeah.
But I guess like if you don't go at like the main entrance, there probably wouldn't be a fountain at like just like the little stairs over the little like hill.
Well, there are multiple entrances anyway, so I don't even know.
I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. Every beach I've been to has always had that. I thought it was just sort of standard. I don't know.
I would not say that's standard, and I used to live in Florida, so the beach is a place I'm very familiar with.
Yeah, but that's Florida.
Yeah. It's like 90% beach.
It's 90% beach, but I don't trust Florida. I would not trust Florida. Don't skip signs.
Oh, right. Oh? I have gotten sunburn once, and that was the one time that I ever put on sunscreen. So, I don't know. I think I'm just immune.
I've had it once or twice.
However,
it's not fun. It is quite annoying.
I was in the Caribbean when that happened, so the sun was more concentrated than normal. So the sunscreen is probably not the culprit. It was probably the fact that it was on the equator. But you know,
it was the government hanging above you with a giant magnifying glass.
Other than that, I've never gotten sunburn, and I never wear sunscreen.
I don't sunburn too easily, but I am kind of like a paler, pastier kind of guy. So I'm not too pasty, but you know, I'm not like the most like tan Adonis there is around, but I have had it once or twice, and it's not fun. But usually, I don't think about it too much when I go to the beach, and I definitely have forgotten to put on sunscreen. I have been fine, luckily. That sucks, though. Gee, I mean,
they all say the same thing.
The other thing is, one thing you might like, Ivy, as opposed to like a beach, like a bay.
Going left to right.
Fair.
4. Let's go.
Let's go. One thing you might like is like an inlet type bay that's sort of like it's beach-esque. Because when I was in like for a wedding a few years back, you know, I was in Texas. I was in I think it's this little like place by Corpus Christi. It's called Port Aransas. It's a little place that not many people live, but it explodes with population from like 2,000 to like 60,000 when party season starts. You know.
You motherfucker.
Well, it like explodes in like temporary population during that time, but I was there, and we went to this. It wasn't the beach itself because it's in the Gulf of Mexico. It may have been the beach. I'm not sure. It may have just been really like calm water, but it may also have been just like an inlet bay. It was so nice. It was so amazing. Where basically like you could go out there. You know, it's got sand and everything. It's not just like a rock bed. It's like, you know, actually like I could have been confused that it was the beach. They have the same exact health. That makes me really happy. But it was such a nice beach. It was such a nice beach. You could go out for like, I went out like 30 feet. The water was only up to my knees, and it wasn't going to get any higher. And it was so like calm and gentle. I just like sat on a little like a little tube, just in the water, just like, going up, sort of like bobbing just a little bit. It was so nice and amazing and magical. I want to go back so much. It was the best beach experience I've ever had.
I mean,
it's like, we live on the.
I love water and swimming. I just don't like, like I said, the
combination
beach
of water and
experience.
sand.
The beach experience is not a swimming experience that I particularly enjoy.
I'm probably not an amazing swimmer. I'm just very tall, so I get away with it. I love bobbing in the ocean, which I couldn't do too much in in like knee-high water. But we live on the East Coast, where we got the Atlantic Ocean.
The synergy.
It's pretty rough. The waves. Sometimes there will be waves that are as tall as me or taller, which is when things get scary. But if the wave is only like 6 foot, it's like whatever. This is fine. This isn't scary. I can handle this. I'm not afraid at all. It's one of those things. I have like learned to just like enjoy that, like just getting smashed with a wave. I'm like, yeah, oh, I'm buff and cool. It feels great. I don't know. There's something very fun about it, just being like in the water out there, and having to like jump over, duck under waves. There's something cool about like high tides. Riptides, those aren't cool. But luckily I haven't been caught up in one of those yet. If that ever happens, I will probably change my tone on beaches immediately. I will never go to another beach in my life. But I don't know. I have good times at the beach usually. I'm a pretty big fan. This is absurd. That was not fair. That was not fair at all. That was so mean. Oh, boy.
Something that I really enjoy that has to do with water, but not necessarily swimming or beaches, is
waterboarding.
Yes. Is canoeing. Canoeing / kayaking. I enjoy both
I was
activities.
going to ask.
Fucking.
Bye, Hurt. Kayaking. Tell me more.
I enjoy doing it, and the Delaware River is a fun place to do it because you go down. It's like a day trip. You just canoe down. Yeah, it's fun, and I've always wanted to get some people to go with me, but I can never do it, and it upsets me.
You just go alone.
No.
You just hike into the woods alone, carrying a bindle with a canoe attached to it, all the way to the Delaware River, and you just slowly, sadly, just like get in your canoe like, alone again. And just mopily just go down the rapids of the Delaware River. I have no idea how it is. The Delaware River's pretty big, actually.
It is a long river. There are some like relatively calm spots in it though that you can like go down pretty easily.
I mean, even how far do you go?
Like several miles probably.
It's a lot.
Like it's like a day trip, You go down for like 5 hours maybe. Have lunch.
In the canoes.
You get on, you set up shop on shore, and then you put lunch. You put lunch in your mouth.
That does sound like an actually pretty nice experience.
It is a nice experience, and I've done it a few times. And I've wanted to get some friends to go with me, but every time I've tried, everyone's just been like, I can't really go. I'm like, God damn it.
It sounds interesting. It sounds like fun, but it's such an investment to like.
It is an investment.
Like, oh yeah.
That's the main problem with it, is that it's like, well, this is gonna take some time. We have to rent a canoe.
This is going to be
it's going to take some time, and also we have to rent a canoe.
That's also the thing. But yeah, you have to spend a lot of time to actually get that to happen, which is probably why I am going to be hesitant, or have been hesitant in the past. I can only imagine. It does sound like a fun experience now. Maybe I'm just like more into the idea because we're trapped in our houses more than usual. So maybe it just sounds more appealing because of that. I might, and who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But it's funny actually because earlier today, just coincidentally, my mother was just sort of like grilling me, being like, "Oh yeah, we normally go down to our aunt and uncles. They actually have a place in Delaware, and we stay on there for like a few days. It's just like a nice little vacation. And she likes to go kayaking. Kayaking down there. And she bought a kayak recently, but we actually haven't been able to use it since we got it, just because we weren't able to go down last year, and then now there's the COVID and stuff like that. And so if we went down there, we'd have to like quarantine for like 2 weeks before we could come back to Jersey. So it's like, I can't handle that. I'm the type of person, like, if I go on vacation, I don't enjoy it too much. Day one, I'm fine. I'm like, oh yeah, this is nice. It's vacation. It's different. Day two, I'm like, okay, it's vacation. Day three, I'm actually upset and angry, and I just want to leave. I'm done, and I am sick of it. I can't take anymore. Snake? Oh boy. I love snakes.
What? Snake?
It's the best thing that's ever happened to us.
Snake.
But, she was just like, the only reason I'd want to go down is to, go kayaking. But I mean, I'd understand if you wouldn't want to go down, because I mean, like, you're probably, you wouldn't want to go kayaking. You're probably too much of a, it's not your thing.
What talk about? I love kayaking.
I'd be kind of interested in that. And she's like, I don't think so. I'm like, I felt like she was trying to do like some kind of like reverse psychology. I mean, I have no idea. She was just like, whatever, see if I care if you go kayaking. It's just like, what is happening? she just started just like grilling me about how I'm not like, I probably would never go kayaking. I don't know why. It's just a funny thing that just happened earlier today. So it's funny that this got brought up. But yeah, no, I would be kind of into kayaking, because I've also just been, wanting to do more physical stuff, since I've started working out and stuff like that. I'm now just like, I want to go, I said it before, I actually said this before, like, the whole, pandemic happened. I was like, I just want to, like, get some friends together, just go to a park, just run around and, like, jump on things and, like, just run in a direction and, like, throw sticks. Like, I miss doing that so much. It's one of my favorite activities is throwing a stick. There's something really satisfying about it.
We went through one, or we were going to, and then we died.
Nice. And so I'm just like, now more than ever, I'm like, I want friends. I want to go to a park. I want to throw a stick. I want to run around. I want to jump on things and climb rocks. I want that. And in the same vein, I think I might also be more interested, than ever in going kayaking. Learn from your mistakes. Follow this, and you're bound to be successful in Earthbound.
Great.
Well then. Yeah.
Well, 3 it is.
Pretty cool. Earthbound. Why is the game called Earthbound?
We're bound to the earth,
You're right.
It's
That's
called
totally
Mother
why.
2 in Japan, so I don't fucking know how that happened.
It's very progressive. This is the second floor of my body. Wreck Road. What's a dungeon? That's my eternal question.
What is a man?
I really do. I enjoy him. He's a fun guy. Go read the sign. Yeah. Inside the dungeon, flash photography is prohibited. Rick Road.
What is a dungeon? A miserable little pile of snakes.
Pile of snakes. That's a hole down below. You don't have to worry about this for now. Brick Road. Alright. $10. Oh boy.
Buckaroos.
I put out a bulletin board, but it's probably unnecessary. You put it out for big trash? Why can't you put out a bulletin board? Ah, respite. rest and relaxation.
Yeah, and then I was
a
gonna
little bit
reload
of
the
R
area,
and R.
then there's gonna be like 3 fucking boxes right there.
Well deserved.
Yeah. Now the area's reloaded. There's no boxes still. Wonderful.
Not yet. Time will tell.
Oh, there's a diamond.
Ooh, not a
I don't know what
box.
that's about.
Yeah,
Not a box.
something new. Not a box at all. Oh boy. We're moving on. I don't think we read that one. You were standing right around my belly button. Brick road.
Nice. I didn't know your belly button was off center.
Oh no. This music is one of my greatest accomplishments.
No.
Don't let it hit your back.
There's fire.
That's
What?
fire. Whoa! It is jumping from platforms.
It's fucking jumping between planes. It has planar shift. Oh no.
There is an item at the dead end, but I haven't been able to.
I've
been known to be
occasionally.
wrongly.
Sorry.
I can't read. I don't know. That was like, oh, that was stroke level. That was worrying. That is actually, read that sign. I don't think you did. That's actually worrying.
It
Smells like flowers in here. If you can't smell it, your nose must be stuffy.
Well, I mean, that's true. My nose is stuffy. It is perpetually stuffy, permanently and forever. Never to not be stuffy.
That's cool. I just can't smell flowers because I have a poor sense of smell. There's pizza. Oh boy.
Nice.
A tasty treat.
Pizza. When eaten, you recover about 120 HP. Nice. It's a
This
good
is
pizza.
pretty alright.
I mean, it's
a good
probably because you
pizza.
eat the entire fucking pizza.
It is a pizza after all.
I mean,
Dungeon exploration is tough, but it's also fun. Brick road.
Although, honestly, if you ate an entire pizza, you probably take damage from that.
You should
If we're
definitely
being
take damage
honest.
from that. You should definitely take damage from that.
Sudden guts pill.
A pizza is a lot.
Sudden guts pill doubles your guts during battle. God damn it! No!
Well, we have it now.
Not another one. What am I supposed to do with that? What do the bottles of water do?
Do they actually? Do they
recover
restore
your SP
or increase it?
or increase it? I don't understand. I don't want to use them until I know.
I don't either.
What is a cold remedy? Most effective thing to take when you catch a cold?
That makes sense.
Yes, please look it up for me because
Thank
I
you
have
very much. It's incredibly appreciated.
Snake. Cup of coffee. What?
Oh boy. You covered
Wow.
12 HP?
12 HP. Tastes great.
I guess
for
it tastes good to adults.
Yep.
Fair enough.
I think everyone's full, so but it doesn't matter. I don't want these in my inventory.
Well, now he has caffeine.
Oops. Where'd they go?
They're
There are
bottom
2 of them, right? Oh, there it is.
Oh, the cups of coffee. I thought you meant the Sun Guts pill. Gotcha.
Get rid of the cookie.
I'm upset. I feel like I had more to say about.
It just restores PP? Okay. Good to know.
Okay, that's what I assumed.
That's
but
what I thought too.
It doesn't let on.
it's
Also,
just
it doesn't
not-
tell you how much it recovers for some reason.
I know. It just breaks the fucking conventions of everything.
Yeah.
PSI caramel? What is that?
I don't remember if it was. I think it restores.
Well, it's just 20 PP.
Replenishes.
See, that's actually that's something that tells you what it does. Very plain and simple. No room
Yeah.
for debate. No room for interpretation.
No, yeah. There are a lot of monsters up there, but don't stress out. Keep your cool. I saw something moving at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, I did too. Ducks.
Ducks!
Mad duck. They can be
Their eyes are hollow.
a nice pet if they stay far away. Yeah, that's
Their
true.
eyes are like hollow and just voids.
Oh, they're just cartoony.
Their eyes
We've
are just
seen
like
them
pure
before.
pitch black. They're just pitch black.
It gives 1 PP.
Ditch them.
I'll
Is it a
use
petting
them
zoo?
after I've used 1 spell, I guess.
Gruff gold. They are really gruff kind of gold.
He just has
Fair enough.
animals just chilling.
It's just a petting zoo without petting.
It's just a zoo then.
You say that.
Slimy little pile. He has a habit of burping. Brick road.
Huh.
Oh, there's a present there.
Stay down. Good job, you finally made it. There's a board upstairs that says that.
Okay.
Wow. I want to see the board.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. There's a wet towel inside. Oh,
Wet
my favorite.
Towel?
A wet towel. This is not the first wet towel we've seen, I'm pretty sure.
What does it do?
I don't remember.
It's great for those times you get a sunstroke.
Oh, fair
Great,
enough.
now I
A
don't have
moist
to-
towelette.
I don't have to use PP to restore that, I guess. If it happens again anytime soon, before I fucking trash bin it.
That's
What's
the
up,
spirit.
gamers?
Oh my god, the jump scares, jeez.
Did you read the sign?
Jump scares.
Wait, Ivan, did you read the sign?
I
Oh, no.
did not, you're correct.
This is
How
actually
you
a
doing?
horror let's stream now.
Good night, then. You may relax and recover your health and spirits.
I am doing quite well.
Oh no, that was
That's
the wrong
good
thing.
to hear. It's good to
That
have
wasn't
you.
the sign.
Thank you, thank you.
No problem. Well, as you can see, we're playing some good old Earthbound, but we're
What are
we're
your
chatting
audio
and
levels at?
just
It's
having a fun
95.
time. So,
Wait,
how's your week
100.
been?
We have fun on this stream.
No,
Um,
never. We're playing.
We like to
Earthbound.
change it up sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
this
like
is
to experiment.
Oh, this is like a wacky wild one, but like,
Yeah.
we'll probably go back to not having.
This is just sort of us testing the waters.
Okay.
This is us testing the fun waters. You know, I'm not sure if we're gonna stick with it, of course, but you know.
For anyone who's not in the know, this is our friend Daniel. He's here now. Hello.
I'm here now. I'm
Yeah,
the most regular guest on the stream.
Most regular.
Yeah, it's
of our
true.
like 3 who've been on, I think.
Well, technically it's a little bit bigger, but as of this, within the context of this year, there've only been like 2 guests.
Yeah.
I say that's fine.
You know,
I'm always
we-
happy to have friends. That
quality over
face is
quantity.
mine.
You know what you mean? You know what I mean? Quality over quantity.
That's
We don't
his
need a
stuff.
lot of guests.
He's got a funny
Also,
mustache.
Wait, go down a second. Go downwards a second.
Stars
the
the
eye
4th
force.
guest.
You went
That's true.
you went
That
down
is
too
true.
far. You went down too far.
What?
Go back up. Go up a little bit. It's the
Well,
eye of
no,
Horus.
Zar's the 3rd guest. I'm the 4th guest. Let's be honest.
It's the eye of Horus. Never mind.
I'm so confused.
Just talk
What do
to
you-
him.
Okay.
You know what the eye of Horus is?
No?
It's the Egyptian eye.
Oh, you're right. That is what it is. Okay.
Eh.
Welcome.
It's cool.
Long time no see. Mr. Sam, we met in Winters a long time ago. I'm Brick Road. Dr.
What?
Pandonuts finally made me a dungeon man. If you want, I'll come with you
What?
guys for a while. The return hole is over there. Jump in that hole and then walk out.
Boy.
Return hole. Jump in with all your courage. Brick Road.
Not yet. Not yet.
One more sign.
That is a wild
Goodbye,
twist and
exit.
turn I did not expect.
Someday you will enter with courage.
You
Brick
should enter.
Or sure to.
Courage.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that, in fairness. Let's just...
Actually, technically speaking, I think Star and Dan, or no, Dan came before Star, because Star showed
You're
up,
right, Pikmin.
yeah, with Pikmin 2.
No, it was the end of Pikmin 1.
Yeah,
I
end
think.
of Pikmin 1 was when Dan showed up.
The grand finale.
The grand finale.
Ah, man. I can't wait till we can be in person again. We can have more like live hijinks.
Oh, of
Yes.
course.
Like I do every now and then I just think back to when we just drank honey. I was like, that was so great. I want to do more like that. That was fun. Honestly, I would drink honey again at this point.
I
would do it.
we have to be careful because every time we drink honey, there's a chance that one of us may vomit or sleep on
Or
stream.
fall asleep, or just pass out. It's very
And
true.
If we do that, then we're banned
If we,
forever. I believe.
if we do more shot glasses of honey, we do run that risk. Also, I don't like the taste of honey. But I'm like, I want to do more stuff like that. It was so much fun.
We also may become a bee.
I don't want to do that.
Might experience colony collapse and just die for no reason. And that
Probably should save. Well, there goes the chance to save.
Can I go back inside him?
I don't know if you can.
We'll find out.
Following you. We will find out. That is true. I don't want colony collapse. That's not fun. I also don't want to be a bee because I don't like bees. They're scary.
Yeah.
They're either big and buzzy and fluffy, or they sting you.
They don't normally sting you. They only sting you if you provoke them.
I said it's either one. There's the big bumblebees, but then there's also stingy bees.
What are the stingy bees?
They're bees.
Sure you're not talking about hornets?
I don't know. No, wait. Hornets are bigger.
Hornets are quite large.
Yeah, hornets are quite large.
No, I can't.
I've never been stung by a hornet. I've been stung by a bee. Was not fun. Yeah, I thought so.
So
the teddy bear's following him.
Yeah. Well, why is it so big?
Pretty sweet.
He's the dungeon man.
Party?
Yeah.
What is happening?
That is the man
tell me.
We get pictures. It's so it's too often.
It's so fucking random.
It's too much. It's legitimately too much.
In the game, like rolls a d20. If it gets like a 1, it doesn't do it.
Oh, but also he just says the same thing every time.
Yeah,
If he said something different, I'd be happier. I'd be like, oh, there's something fun to read.
Oh no, fuzzy pickles! Wow, amazing. because that's funny again for like the 15th freaking time.
Woo! Ah!
It touched the dungeon man.
Yeah, it did. It really did do that. That's gonna be rough for a bit. Maybe you should try fast traveling.
But we have to walk through the desert.
Why? You're gonna walk through the desert to Winters?
We're going to Winters? Is that where we're going?
I thought we were going to Mr. Ann Donuts.
I have no clue.
Where are we going?
I don't know. I don't know where we're going, actually, now that you say that.
I assumed we were going to Mr. Ann Donuts.
No one knows. No one knows.
No one knows. This game is confusing.
This game is confusing and strange and somewhat annoying.
I assume that's where we're supposed to go. But I mean, like, I assume that's why they brought it up at all, that he was, made by Mr. Ann Donuts and knows Sam. I assume, at least. I know someone talked about him. I don't remember what they said. Is he like the key to the actual dungeon? Maybe. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I thought it was a multi-use thing.
Oh, okay. Go south.
That was somewhere wrong with that.
Okay, so we are going south.
That's what I was assuming.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
What up, indeed?
Welcome.
What is up?
Gamers.
What is up, gamers? I don't know. I've asked this question so many times, but no one's answered. I just want to know.
Sorry, I just got into a very, philosophical thing for a sec. I got very distracted. Gonna get out of that. Ivy.
Yes.
I meant to ask, and Danny, I can ask you as well.
What's the question mark?
What have you guys been up to?
What question mark?
What?
Is there a question mark somewhere?
Is there a question mark somewhere? It is the best question I've heard in a long time, and I do not have an answer.
I'm scared.
Now I'm scared. Oh boy.
I have...
Oh, what's the question? Oh, the question is just what is Up Gamers? Like, I need to know what Up Gamers is. No one's answered.
Mm-hmm.
No, Up Gamers is not much. How about you?
Oh, okay.
That one, I'll be honest, I just went dyslexic for a second. That whatever you said made no sense to me.
I was saying it and I was like, this joke is really, I don't know. It's
oh no, I am getting caught in the palm trees. I cannot move. It cannot move. It makes me sad, but I think I just read a line twice.
Wait, what?
I did not read the end of it.
Can I move? Oh.
You have to go. He's getting caught. You can't leave without him. Go past him and then go.
There's a fucking
find a better
thing
route
right here.
You want to fight the enemy?
I can't. I can't go around him. I can't walk through him. I have to go around and fight the enemies.
Well then, that's annoying.
Oh, wait, does he have a shield up yet? Or I don't think he's made a shield.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say, what games have you guys been playing in the last week or two? What you guys been up to, gaming wise? Playing anything new? Pick anything up? Put anything down?
I picked up as well as you, Tom, because
That's very
it's a
true.
multiplayer game. Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Ultimate Chicken Horse. Highly recommend it if you have a couple pals. It's a great party game.
It's a great party game. Like it's the perfect combination of like really funny and also competitive. You know what I mean? Like it's fun to win, but like
no,
if
yeah,
you're
definitely.
bad, like it's still like really funny. Like you walk away from every game just like there were so many times when I really just like put my controller down and just like laughing, just like.
Oh no, yeah. It's a great experience for people who don't know what it is. It's sort of like it's a platformer game where basically you play a little like farm animal or just an animal. Actually, chameleons aren't a farm animal.
That's true.
You play as an animal and you just sort of like you have like this base course that's very empty and nothing goes on, and then every level or every time that either everyone dies or someone finishes or whatever, the level ends, you get to choose an item from like a little like box that shows up of random items, and you get to put like something on the screen, and it might be like a platform so you can like run across, or like a trap so it's like something that'll shoot arrows, or like a black hole, you know, the cool things like that, or like a door that opens and closes on a timer. And you have to basically like make the level and make traps and difficulty, and you build the level as you go. So it's like if you can make like an arrow trap that'll shoot arrows. If you put a black hole near it, the black hole will curve the arrows, so they'll start like changing their trajectory and stuff like that. And you can put down a cannon. If you fire arrows into the cannon will then shoot out the arrows in the direction it's facing. So you can make like cool like traps and all these like crazy things. And the level just like evolves into these like usually into crazy nonsenses. It's so much fun. It's really cool. It's a real great game for just like playing with some friends. Just like, oh, you know, play some a little bit of Smash. Oh, we're tired of Smash. What's another fun party game? It's something just like fun to, you know, throw on. It's not too competitive. You can get competitive if you want, but it's a great game to just like have a fun time and, you know, laugh a bit. I definitely enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it for those purposes.
I definitely would recommend it. And then I've been thinking about picking up Borderlands 3 again because I never finished, but I have not because I've been very, very busy. But
did you get too far? Did you get very far in the game, or did you give up fairly early?
I'm on I think there's 17 chapters, and I think I'm on chapter 6 or 7, maybe 8 even.
Chapters. That's a lot of chapters.
So
oh boy.
I'm probably, I would say 1/3 of the way through. My computer like stopped working. I had to send it to the shop.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It was like right as I was picking it up again, and you know, it just, you know. But I'm thinking of picking it up again. But yeah, so what games have y'all been playing this week?
Well, I've been playing, you know, what do you call it? I've been playing Spider-Man for the PS4.
Really?
A game that came out like several years ago, but it was on sale. I was like, oh, you know, 2018, I think.
2018.
It was 2018. Pretty sure. Also, did we glitch Dungeon Man? Is a fantastic question. I hope we didn't.
I don't know. He seems fine.
I'm now scared.
No,
but he said to look for a submarine.
Yeah, we
in
just
his vehicle collection.
I think that might be the sign that was blocking the, like, there was a sign blocking the thing on the top floor. Yeah.
It's very possible. Oh, you got the first strike on it. Nice.
I don't know how. He ran towards me. Yeah, Spider-Man is pretty fun. I didn't play a lot of it. I just.
Oh, I didn't know you had it.
No, I do have it. It was like on sale for like $20 at one point. I was like, yeah, why not? I like Spider-Man 2. That's like, that's a great game.
The movie
Yes.
with Tobey Maguire.
Yes, Spider-Man 2, the movie. the game.
Yeah, that's it.
I will.
The best
I will,
tie-in
no,
game literally ever. There's no better tie-in
I will.
game.
I will stand up. Spider-Man 1 and 2 with Tobey Maguire. I enjoy those movies. I like those movies
them
a
a
lot.
I don't think there's
I
anyone who
like
doesn't
them a
enjoy
lot.
them. They're great.
Oh, thank goodness.
I feel like
don't
it's
know.
common opinion that those are like the best some of the best Spider-Man films.
I just assumed that Spider-Man films weren't held on too high of a pedestal to begin with.
Honestly, I think it's like a prequels thing where like everyone was like the prequels are fucking terrible, but then recently people have been like, like they're pretty fun, like they're pretty good, and I feel like that's.
I feel like that way about Spider-Man 3. The movie.
I haven't seen 3 is the reason I don't mention
3
it.
is
Not
really
because I
funny,
know,
but it's kind of a clusterfuck plot-wise.
All I know about it is he dances as an emo.
He does, and it's hilarious.
See, that's good. I do enjoy that. Also, Spider-Man just has some great scenes. Like every now and then, I just think about like the Uncle Ben scene from Spider-Man 1. I'm like, that was actually a really well done scene. Like genuinely, that was a great scene. Oh,
That is true. That was like, it's like funny because it is kind of like a hokey movie, definitely. But it actually, you're right. Like it does have some scenes that are like, wow, like that was really good.
Spider-Man 2 also has like the not the subway, but like the train scene where the people lift them up in their Jesus image. It's like there's like some actually like really like good stuff. Even though it is a bit hokey, there's like some good like cheesy moments all over. They have what's his name? Hulk Hogan? No, wait, Randy Savage. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Bonesaw in the first movie. It's like, oh, I love this.
It really, I feel like it harkens back like kind of to a time when comics were like that. You know what I mean? Because at some point, like they took, I guess it kind of was with Dark Knight. Like
it started with Dark Knight, definitely. That was when it.
It's actually odd. DC was they like actually made that turn a while ago, and they've started to turn back into more like a bit like funnier. Like Marvel has started to go very like far into like the serious, like super serious, like darker. It was interesting because it was sort of swapped. It's like Marvel's like the lighthearted, more funny, and DC was the darker. And now they've like after like Dark Knight, for some reason, like the comics have swapped, and the movies are like everyone's just trying to do Dark Knight now. I think actually Marvel's trying to do lighthearted a bit, with the.
But they were kind of trying to do Dark Knight like more
they
straight
were
for a while. They've gotten
it did not work
lighthearted.
out for them.
I don't think it's worked out. Personally, I don't think it's worked out for anyone except Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Also,
that's just my opinion.
Even the third Dark Knight movie was not that
Dark
good.
Knight movie was not good. I did not like
The first one, I don't
it. It
remember.
has some funny memes though. Bane is hilarious.
Bane is funny. It's such a strange thing they did with those movies with the voices. Like Batman sounds, it's like I don't know why they chose that. Bane's like,
it's amazing. That's why.
It is fun. It's definitely it's just like
it's comical genius.
It's such a strange choice. It's such a strange choice. I do enjoy it though. I have nothing against it. The voices, no, definitely, like, I start out like, what is going on? After, like, 15 minutes to 20, like, minutes, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is just what's happening. Like, I'm just like, okay, I've acclimated. That's fine. But it is still, like, it's a weird choice when you think about it. Yes, it can still work.
Let's go. How do you
I don't
carry a
remember the first
submarine?
movie. Like, was it Batman or Dark Knight?
Dark Knight Rises.
No, Dark Knight Rises was the last one.
The last one.
No, the first one is Batman Begins.
Batman
Yeah,
Begins.
I don't remember that movie. I'll be honest. I don't know
I've only
if I
seen
actually
it
saw
once,
it.
so I don't remember a lot of it.
I don't know if I actually
thought
saw
it. Was
it.
pretty good.
I will say though, Dark Knight, I think it still holds up. Like that, it was a good movie. It's got a lot of very good scenes in it. A lot thanks to Heath Ledger and all that whatnot. But it's a cool movie.
Dark Knight's one of the few Rotten Tomatoes like 100% rated movies of all time.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's actually impressive for how big it was.
It's kind. I feel like there's the whole like superhero movies aren't really taken that seriously. Like, wasn't it?
Of course.
Spielberg or Scorsese? Someone said.
Scorsese. It was
Scorsese
him.
said they're not real. Like I wouldn't consider them real movies.
Yeah.
Like, Dark Knight at the time, it didn't seem like that because it seemed like really new because it was really new.
Oh no, yeah, it would definitely like change the game. It was like, whoa, that's different.
Yeah, because before that, like,
It was a double take.
superheroes was like, holy Hornby,
It was hokey.
Batman, like you know.
Yeah. It was like, gee willikers, Batman. Oh boy.
I'm sure if you got like more into it, like with
Boy,
the comics and stuff, like I'm sure there were like darker and more serious plot lines, but to like the world as a whole, like superheroes were very like.
Oh yeah, I mean there was like
like
Watchmen and things like that. Like Watchmen was pretty dark, and you know, there were like a couple writers who did comic books, but for the most part, like you couldn't get too dark because you couldn't kill Batman.
Yeah.
I mean they did.
You can't. Listen. Don't
Batman's
do this
died
to
a
me
lot.
right now.
And so
Listen,
is the
don't
Joker.
do this. Don't do this to me right now.
And so Superman's probably died more than all of them.
You don't do this to me right now. You can't like kill Batman. Like, but like with the oh shit. No, what's not the Outsiders? What's the movie? What was it? I just mentioned by name.
Watchmen?
The Watchmen. With them, it's like this is a bunch of no-name characters that may never have a future. Who cares? We can kill them. No one knows these characters. They're all new. No one is invested in them. We can kill them. That's fine. And so that was why they're able to make it like darker and whatnot. That's why they're able to do that, was because they were starting from scratch. But with you have like Batman, it's like you can't do too much. I mean, you could do like an alternate timeline and whatnot. Where Batman and Raphael go to where his dead parents are. And he says, "Cow bummer, dude."
Yeah.
I love that. I love that image so much.
Oh,
I honestly, every now and then, I think about that. I think about Cow bummer. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like now, the new obviously like the new DC movies are just like so not good.
They're not good.
like I watched what was that movie? Batman versus Superman. And
yeah.
Oh my god. Oh no.
That's what I was. I was thinking of that one as well. I was like.
Then Justice League, and I was like, oh.
It's not even good.
Oh jeez.
Like it just didn't have the quality. Like I know the way that director is. I don't remember if it's Nolan or if that was some other guy.
No, it was a different guy.
Yeah, it's whoever that guy is. I can't remember his name, but the way he writes movies is he like makes scenes, like a big scene where something happens. Like he thinks of the scene where the Joker is in the meeting room and is like after robbing the guys, he goes to their meeting room, is like messes with them. And then he creates the rest of the movie to like just move into that scene. And then to move from that scene to another one.
Oh, Zack Snyder, right?
Zack Snyder, yeah.
Yep.
Like he makes these big, like, whoa, like really memorable scenes. Like, wow, that was crazy. That was super interesting. And the rest of the movie is just like to flow from one of those to the next. In a way, yeah. So like, you'll have these this big, well thought out, detailed fight between Batman and Superman, and then he didn't think about how to end it. He just thought about the fight. So it's just like. Why did you say Martha?
Should just start making short films and nothing else. Just single.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because
he would excel in that.
Because if you have the one idea, you should just do the one idea.
That movie was 2.5 hours long. I think it was a long movie, and I watched it.
It can't all be perfect. It's definitely fair.
I watched that.
But it can be better. It doesn't have to be perfect.
It can be better. Doesn't have to be perfect, but. Watched it. It was 2.5 hours, and then I was like, that was not good. And I'm one when I watch a movie, I like to like the movie. I normally, there are some people that watch a movie and they really like to criticize it, whatever. But I like to have enjoyed the movie, and sometimes will convince myself oh, I really like that. It took me a few days after seeing the 8th Star Wars movie. To be like, wait, that was really bad. Which was that's a whole different can of worms.
There he goes.
Whatever.
Oh, he's back.
But Batman v Superman, then my brother, who's a big comic guy, was like, yeah, it was really bad. But if you watch the director's cut, it's 3.5 hours, and it actually ties together some loose ends. It makes it a little bit of a better movie. And I was like, I'm not going back for the 3.5 hour version if it's a little bit better. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. It was fun. I was actually gonna bring it up. Like there's some movies that are just like screwed over by the fact that they have to cut stuff out just to make it fit a bit more, so that it's a bit more appealing to mass market audience. And so like there's some movies like World War Z, which is a pretty crummy zombie movie that came out a few years ago that it's pretty forgotten now and was people just like the movie sucked. The director's cut actually, and the director's cut was actually saves the movie for the most part. It still has like very blatant product placement, which is actually it's kind of funny, just like how like blatant it is.
Like how blatant is it? Like are they like
we're
escaping in our Ford truck?
What it is like they're escaping like from zombies, and they get behind a door and they push like a pristine like Coke like vending machine like in front of the door. Then they just like slap on it. A bottle of like Coke comes out. They like, crack it. Refreshing. Then they go to running away from zombies again. Basically.
That's hilarious. Like that actually happened.
It's amazing.
It's not like it. There's a scene that is that. It's not. I don't remember it 1-to-1, but that is basically what happens. I don't know if
it's so funny.
I know it is actually kind of funny. But it's like it treats itself as a serious movie, so it's kind of jarring, even if it is funny. But like the director's cut, like there was like 10 or like more than like 10 minutes of like character like dialogue and like interactions and character building, and things like that really like just saved the movie. Where it's like, oh, so this guy dying actually meant something. That's why they actually showed him dying. Oh, now I understand. As opposed to, why did that guy died? Well, sure. I mean, he said like 2 lines. I know he was a scientist, but like, what? I don't know anything about him. It's like, they really they cut out like they had to cut out so much for some like 10 minutes of like character interactions, and it really hindered the movie. It really like did like a huge disservice. Of course, the movie's not like 10 out of 10 now that it's director's cut. It's much better than it was, but like it really was like messed, just sort of like screwed over by that. It really did mess with it. Shh, be quiet. I took a very important dispense cash withdraw cash holding fee the same amount as your withdrawal. So do you want to withdraw? How does this man have our money?
I don't know.
I don't like that at all.
No, I won't withdraw anything. I don't know how you're supposed to navigate this.
Shouldn't the Hawk's Eye be doing something?
What was the Hawk's Eye for?
I thought it was to see in the dark.
Oh.
Use the Hawkeye. Oh.
That uses it up.
We did it!
Just when I thought the superhero discussion was over. Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Oh, Hawkeye, yeah. Superhero, I guess. If you want to,
maybe.
Oh, that's a lot of ants.
That's a lot of bugs.
Oh,
no.
The slug.
Slug.
Well, I was assuming that the Hawkeye itself was just like you have it in your inventory and it just does the work for you. I didn't realize it was a consumable like key item.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either.
I thought it'd be like the Franklin badge.
Also,
I'll be honest.
Spoilers are fine. I already know how the fucking game ends. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I've been vocal about. I don't care about spoilers.
It's more of a thing where like I know what happens. I don't know how it happens though. It's that sort of thing.
I've been vocal. Yeah, I don't care about spoilers. It's just other people to be mindful of.
Yeah. Also, yeah, the game does come with a player's guide.
Yeah. Not on the Wii U.
Not on the Wii U.
Which is what we're playing.
I don't see it. I don't see any option for it here. Unless there's not frickin' guide for it.
Where's the PDFs?
Notification. No, I don't see anything. Resume.
Oh, well, try Miiverse. Maybe it's there.
Oh yeah, it's probably in there. Someone's
I'm
transcribed
actually sad
it.
that Miiverse is gone. I'm actually sad that the Miiverse is gone.
Yeah.
it was something fun to just
I'm
like go in there
Nintendo
and
has
just
kind
read
of just
bad
been
role
like,
play.
yeah, Mii's, fuck those, let's get those out of here. And meanwhile the Switch has like the best Mii maker of like all time. It's really fucking good, and they're like, and it's just like hidden behind some fucking settings menus. I'm like, why did you do this? It's so good. Why would you put it off to the side?
I don't know. Yeah,
Weird.
it is weird. I don't know why, but I was saying one thing, and now I was gonna jump somewhere with it, and it's gone. Oh yeah, like I really like just reading bad role play and stuff like that.
Why would you salt a banana? You fool!
That's it didn't taste very good.
Very good. What the fuck?
Yeah, but I really enjoyed reading bad role plays. I guess that's all I really wanted to say. I don't know.
Oh god.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I know it's like, I figured it was like automatically like something like that, but I was not 100% certain. Where is everyone? Are you guys talking? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, okay. Tom's muted. That's why.
Yeah, I was waiting. Tom was trying to remember something.
Yeah, he was saying something. He was in the middle of saying something. Now he's muted, so I'm confused.
I was trying to let him remember what he was saying, and then now he's gone. Now he's deceased. So.
Yeah.
How was your week?
It's been pretty good. The other day, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 came out. That's been pretty fun. It's fucking hard as shit. It's great. I'm enjoying it.
Well, that's a funny coincidence because I've been cursing the moon as well recently.
Oh no!
Damn it! I meant to say I've been cursing the moon too. Why did I second guess myself? I ruined the joke.
Tom,
sorry.
You ruined it.
I had someone yelling at me, which is I just muted my mic because I was like, sorry about that. But yeah, I was just trying to say, like, I remember just having fun back in the day when Miiverse was a thing, just going on like the YouTube or whatnot, like thinking for that, just reading the like bad like role plays and stuff like that. It was just like, we used to have like our little group and we get together and do that. Genuinely, even though no one else liked it, I think everyone started to hate it. I just loved it. I enjoyed it so much.
I never started to hate it. I don't know why we stopped.
I enjoyed it.
Miiverse is dead. Rip Miiverse.
Oh, that's
it was alive at the time, but now it is dead. It is very dead, which is very sad. So many good role players gone.
You don't miss the you get it. I got too lazy to finish the joke.
I got it. Yeah, it's a shame, but you know, the Wii U was fairly dead for a while.
Yeah, it's
It was only
unfortunate because
fitting.
like there's some really good games on the Wii U. There's like 2 single-player games on the Wii U, which is what pisses me off about it.
Yeah. See, games that made what is that called?
The Wii, the Switch.
Games that made of the
Hints.
what is that?
Give me hints.
Made
Aussie
use of
Give
the
me hints.
gamepad were very cool,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, like Nintendo Land was great. That was a fun time.
Nintendo Land is fucking fantastic. That was
Yeah.
just really a lot of fun.
But for some reason, no one ever wants to play it, which was the weird thing.
I'd play me some. Let's
Like I feel like
Nintendo.
no one ever wanted to play it
agree.
when it was
It
available.
wasn't my thing. It wasn't
I
my
liked it a
thing just
lot.
because I don't like competitive anything.
It's not competitive at all.
It was
That's
enough.
what
It's
I-
enough for me.
Like there's a lot of like cooperative things in it.
Yeah, the Pikmin shit there
Yeah, like the
was so
Pikmin shit
good.
especially. The Zelda one.
I had a very limited experience with it, I should say. I only played like some games, so the ones I did play, may have just been more of it, and I was just turned off.
Oh my god, the Metroid game was so good.
I never touched that one.
Honestly, all the cooperative ones were
All
really,
the cooperative ones are great.
No, I don't
the-
think I ever touched that
the
one.
competitive ones were honestly kind of not
Yeah,
as
they were
good,
not as
but they
good.
were they were still fun. Like I liked the Luigi's Mansion one was good.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
But yeah, no, the Pikmin one was definitely my favorite, followed by the Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I really liked the Metroid one was my favorite, and then I liked the Legend of Zelda, and then the Pikmin one was also good, pretty good.
Oh, Metroid was really good. I forgot about the Metroid.
That's cool. I just like missed out on that like boat entirely. I actually never got a Wii U myself, so I'm part of the problem.
Like that Metroid game, I honestly wish was like its own like full game, because like it was so good. Honestly, like the way like I wish that game was Other M instead of Other M being Other M, because like it just utilizes the Wii, like the Wiimote and nunchucks so well. It's like, oh my god. it's playable. It's not fucking Other M, Mother M.
We should play Other M, Mother M.
We should do that at some point. I can't wait to sit through all those unskippable cutscenes.
I'm curious. I've never played the game. I've never actually seen gameplay of it.
I don't own it.
I just heard it was
or
bad.
have any reliable way of playing it, so I don't even know how I would set that up. I probably just have to buy it. It's probably cheap, honestly. It was on the Wii. The thing
I don't think people are holding on to their copies too hard.
It's on the Wii, and it's a 3D game, but you control it with the sideways Wiimote. So you move around in a 3D space with the D-pad, and then sometimes you can go into first person by moving the Wiimote like forward so that you can point at the screen and aim like your missiles or something. It's just like, why would you do that? Just give me the Wiimote nunchuck.
The reason I heard that people hated it was because
in Nintendo Land.
they didn't do Samus Aran justice. They made her seem like, I don't know, just like I think weak or something like that, or like not.
Okay,
they made her seem like not
a lot of people
cool,
are pissed off about that.
Like Space Bounty Hunter should be. That's what I always heard, but that's all I really know.
No, the thing is about that is they were more just trying to give more depth to her character, and like whether or not it was successful is debatable. I haven't actually watched it, but I've seen some scenes that are like, yeah, that doesn't seem like Samus.
I've seen no scenes.
Because like.
I really have no idea.
Because like in the old games, I mean, there's no dialogue in the old games, but like in the old games, you would fucking kill Ridley and say no word. Like the Ridley scene especially is really strange, because at that point in the timeline, she has killed Ridley like 4 or 5 other times, like on separate occasions. Hello, Penguin. We appreciate
your
lurkers.
lurks are appreciated. We will love you nonetheless.
We will love you equally, but maybe less vocally. But just know, in our hearts.
We will lurk in your heart.
In
your heart.
I'm not gonna lurk in your heart.
I should clarify, your heart. You do not have multiple, I assume, unless you are an orc beast. If so, no offense meant. We like orc beasts as much as humans around here. Don't feel like you're being discriminated against. Don't feel like you're not welcome. Orc beasts are our friends.
Of course.
Just gotta get that out of the way.
But yeah, that's always a good thing to get out of the way.
I would actually like a heart if you are giving one away. I would definitely not say no to a heart.
Wait, you have 3? I'll take one.
Like, think of the possibilities you could do with a heart. You could, like, throw it at a wall. You could, like, I don't know.
You could pump blood through your body.
You could pump, like, twice the blood through your body.
Sam, eat the pizza. Sam ate the pizza!
He did it! Oh! It's so freaking funny.
It's so
Sam ate
freaking
pizza.
funny to
love
us
him.
and only
To us and only us.
For anyone who's not in the know, which is everyone
Who's
watching
not
this, we have a friend named Sam who greatly enjoys pizza and eats it a lot. It is kind
Sam
of
is my friend.
Sam is our friend also.
And that's also the reason he's called Sam. Oh, let's go!
I don't know. I shouldn't make him eat the other pizza because it's a lot of HP.
It's a lot of pizza. It's very true. Join my free heart giveaway. Just drop a follow, comment 4 times, and sell your soul and house to me, along with your credit card info. And you will be in the running for 1 free heart. We will announce the winner at the next video. That's right. We'll be announcing the winner of the free heart.
Yep.
We're taking over this.
Your hearts belong to us.
I didn't order it. It was just in the Dungeon Man. But yeah, that was insane eating pizza. It's too perfect.
They look pretty useful.
They are pretty useful.
And
if you don't just like use all your PSI to heal everyone constantly and just wallow in sadness as all the wonderful healing items health items just sit in your inventory and take up space.
Yeah.
Speaking of items, what's in here?
It's a cup of life noodles! Woo! All right.
Oh.
You ripper!
You ripper!
Yeah.
Oh,
that comes later.
Did I quote Ty too soon?
Yeah, it's too soon.
Too soon.
Ty too soon.
Let me give the sudden cuts pill to him. And move one of those life noodles over to Sam. Just so all of them have one in case two of us go down and they can use one.
I just realized I never gave my piece on Spider-Man for the PS4.
Oh yeah, I never finished my piece on that either.
I am enjoying it so far. I've been having a good time. I really enjoy how many super spider suits there are.
I enjoy how many spiders are in the game.
I enjoy how many spiders are in the super suits.
Where
but I really enjoy that. I'm just like, I don't like most of them. I would not wear the grand majority, but the fact that they are the options that are there, I'm like, this tickles my fancy. This I like. I love options. I love customizability. It really makes me happy. I'm like, oh, it's a Spider-Man. Oh, it's another Spider-Man. I'm enjoying that. That's probably the thing that makes me the most giddy. But I've been so upset because there's like you get these like tokens from doing things, and that's what allows you to craft stuff. There's one type of token they've been holding off, just holding out from me for so long. It's like there's now like 4 or 5 like suits plus like 27 upgrades that I've been like just waiting till I can get this start getting this one resource that I can actually start getting the things because locked through story. And so it's just been taunting and just holding things in front of me for the longest while. But it's also just a fun game. Like it's very fun to move around. The combat's fluid. Spider-Man's written pretty well. Like it's like his like cracks and whatnot, and just like his character and personality. It's just fun. It's likable. It's a little cheesy every now and then, but it's great. That's what he's supposed to be.
Exactly.
I really enjoy it.
A little cheese, a little bit of cheese.
I've been having a good time with it. Even though I thought it's probably not going to be my game too much, I'm having a very good time with it now that I'm actually playing it. And you said you had a piece too?
Not much. I just wanted to say that I had also gotten the game at a time. I played a little bit of it. I didn't play too much of it. The thing is, like, I didn't spend too much time on it, but I completely like filled out the map and got like almost every collectible there was.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I did like none of the story. I did like 0 of it. Like I just like went around the world, and that was like pretty much all I did.
I've not let myself do that because if I did that, I would not play the game. I would not play the story if I've already finished the world. I would not. I know that is crap I'll fall into, so I had to stop myself.
That's sort of why I lost the motivation to continue the story, because I was like, well, I finished I like got like all the collectibles. I mean, you do unlock more collectibles that like appear in the world with some of the missions. So
there are some DLCs.
There's probably some stuff I can unlock, but like, I'm like, well, I have everything. I guess I'm done.
No, yeah.
Like I did
like,
it
the
so
world is
quickly.
always my favorite part. That's the thing I'm always the most like invested in. I'm usually not invested in the story, and I'm usually very like phobic for some reason of doing missions. Like I just avoid it like
sort of how
like
I am
the Dickens.
with open worlds
I don't know why.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, I was like,
it's
just all about like the world and like doing all that shit in the world.
I've been
and then like
a problem
I
for me
started to like the story a lot, and I was like, shit, like it's the weirdest feeling because like I started losing motivation to like play the story, even though I wanted to like play the story.
Yeah.
And so at some point I was like, I really want to know like how the story ends. Like I want to experience it. Like, I don't want to just Google it. But like I literally don't want to play the story missions right now, like anymore. And I'm still in that phase with Red Dead Redemption 2.
The other thing is like, I really want to finish the story because like the story of Red Dead 1 was pretty good, and there were some like really great scenes in Red Dead 1. So I'm like, you know, I'm sure there's gonna be some great stuff in Red Dead 2. It was actually interesting though. Like, I was definitely like that. Where it's like I filled out the entire like map as far as I could. I filled out like the map of like the prison island off to the side. Even like the area you're not allowed to go to, or people will start chasing you. I've fully mapped that out. And I learned that if you try and go from that area into the next area afterwards, you will just start taking damage and die. Like, it will not let you progress it from, like, West Elizabeth, I think, into New Austin, or into Austin.
Eat shit and die.
You will just start taking damage. It's not from people shooting you, it's just you just take damage and will die if you are in that territory. It won't let you, but I've discovered all that territory, and I enjoyed it. Like, I enjoy actually sort of running around in that area, but it's like, the other thing that annoys me is, just how much story there is to a degree where it's like I played a character that's super high moral, you know, high morals. He's like very good. I get discounts at shops, but at the same time, it would be so much fun to have a character who just runs around and shoots people and robs train. Like, I haven't robbed a train, I haven't robbed a bank, I haven't done any of that stuff because like I'm a moral guy. I don't rob banks. I don't hold people up. I don't want to do this. Stop it. Don't make me rob the dang banks. I don't want to shoot the cops. I don't want to do any of this, like optional stuff. Like, I'm like, I want to make like a second, you know, character, a second profile, start a second save, I guess, and just be like a super low, like just like a bandit outlaw that's got like, you know, I1 level in every place and is, you know, just like constantly just, like shooting people, robbing trains, doing all of that stuff. I wanna do that. But at the same time, there's like a 45 to an hour minute, like an hour minute.
The beginning is a slog.
Prologue that just has kept me from doing that.
Honestly, no. So I've been thinking of buying it on Stadia because like it was $20 on Stadia, and like if it's on the Stadia, I'll fucking play it because I can just turn on. Like, it's just so easy to like. There literally is no like fuss about it, and so I was like, should I buy this? And I was like, no, I'm not gonna buy it. Like, because I don't think I'm gonna play it because literally that intro is so long. Like, honestly, like it's so funny because, you know, it's obviously in the snow. And like the snow is really high up and like hard to walk through. And honestly, I feel like that's a perfect like metaphor for the entirety of the prologue because like just literally walking through that snow to another place is just like, I'm walking so slow. Like, oh my fucking god! Like, let me walk faster, please.
It's like, also strange. It's also really weird that you have like you have like sets of clothes. It's like, oh, this outfit, you know, this like coat would be like for when it's cold. You wouldn't wear this when it's warm. It would, you know, adversely affect you. Like this would be good for wearing in the warm area. You know, these boots are, you know, warmer. These boots are, you know, they're like sort of neutral. All that kind of stuff where it's like, you know, it's like, oh, so I should make like a, you know, an outfit for where it's, you know, warmer and not for where it's colder. But at the same time, there's one area that is not that big. It's pretty small that has snow. And there's nothing to do there. There's no towns. There's no like trains that go through that area. There's like maybe one person ever. There's like a couple of like things you could do that was like like a random stranger event, but other than that, it's like there's no reason to go there. There's nothing to do there. Like, so it's like, why even have this? Like, why have this be such a like a thing where it's like, I guess I just can't wear a cool coat like, you know, in the warm areas. I have to like go to this one area of the map where you can't. There's like nothing to do at all if I want to wear like this cool outfit I came up with.
Yeah. Yep. No, I remember that. Yep.
I've always been weirded out by that. I always thought that was a strange decision, but yeah, I do enjoy the game and I do want to like finish the story. I actually started like, I'm just gonna do the story. I'm just gonna sit down, hunker down, just force myself through the story. it has been it's been actually a pretty good experience. Also, what the heck are these things? I don't like them. It's been a pretty good experience in that, like, I've just been like, wow, I got a new gun. It used to be like 10 hours between me getting a new gun. It was like, I'd always go back to the store. It's like, nope, nothing new. Nope, nothing new. No, nothing new.
What?
And now it's just like, I got like 3 new guns in one sitting because I just did story missions. Like, this is so cool and great, but I don't want to do the missions. I don't want to.
I want to do this with minimal spoilers. Have you met, like, what?
Chapter 5?
Oh wow, you're
I
first.
just got a person back who was kidnapped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, just done that and maybe a little bit more. I'm really not very far in the game
the
at all.
first person that got kidnapped? I don't know if there's 2. I only know of 1.
So one who is relevant to the first game.
Okay, I 100% know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That mission has the fucking coolest scene with the fire and shit. I won't spend long on this because again, we're talking about it very vaguely, but you know what I'm talking about with the fire outside in the field.
I'm trying to remember. I do not.
It's a very cool scene. I like it a lot, but
because this when the person gets kidnapped was several months ago. When I got him back was several like a week or 2 ago.
Oh, that's funny.
So like I don't remember everything too well. I might look up that scene now because I don't remember what it is and it sounds cool.
I can text it to you.
I would be appreciative.
But super long games, it depends. Like super long story or like a lot of.
Like, I'd say. Well, I mean, it's one of those things. The game has to be good for it being long.
It depends on why it's super long. If it's super long, because there's a lot of cutscenes and stuff, then I'm not gonna like it. If it's super long and it's all gameplay, that's my shit. That's my jam. Like I have played and beaten Xenoblade Chronicles 3 times now.
I was gonna say that's probably like
each playthrough has been longer than the last because I've done more of the post game shit, and this time I've actually done all the super bosses and shit.
Yeah.
I just run the risk of losing interest. Like I mean, everyone does that obviously, but if the game doesn't super catch me, then I mean, I feel like this is just like an obvious point. Like basically, however much the game catches me is however much time I'm willing to invest in it. So if it's an amazing game and like I love the story, like it's fine if it's super long. But if it's like not catching me, then
like I'll even put it out that I think Dark Souls 2, like Bloodborne to an extent, like they're long games. They're long in that they're difficult.
Games,
if you're good at the game, it's not long.
It depends on like your skill level. It's like
that's what I'm saying.
It takes longer depending on how good you are, or depending on how bad you are.
If you just get the game, if you just get Dark Souls, you're going to be playing it for a while.
Yeah,
you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck, so to say.
But once you've beaten one of them, the other ones won't take as long.
Yeah, it progressively gets easier.
Yeah,
Bloodborne is definitely the hardest, which is why I put it there, even though it's the shortest.
Is it the shortest, though?
I feel like it's the shortest.
I don't know about that.
It has some optional stuff, but I feel like the main, like if you just like follow the main beats, like it's not that. I mean,
it has a very large amount of optional stuff, so that's probably why.
It's pretty easy to tear through. Yeah.
Like you can, I mean, like all the required stuff you can tear through pretty quickly, but I just do all the optional shit every time.
Well, I do too, yes, of course.
So I don't think it really
but again, like
that much.
you still get a lot of bang for your buck with those games.
Plus, they're very replayable. Like you can do a lot of shit with them.
Yeah, they're replayable. I consider them like it's a long game, even though if you're good at the game, you could beat it in an hour if you want to speed run. But like. I still consider them pretty long games. I think they're, mechanically very, very sound, very, very solid, and that's, they stand up. Same with, there's a lot of RPGs as well, like, Dragon Quest games tend to be fairly long. Xenoblade games are also pretty long. Xenoblade 2.
They're very long.
I've been on for
But
over
they're
100
like
hours of my
90% gameplay.
own
I mean, there's
fault,
like
for
it's
Xenoblade 2.
no, it's literally 90% gameplay because they're 100-hour games with 10 hours of cutscenes.
Yeah. But yeah, like I enjoy them, but again,
They
if
have
it's
10
just like
hours of cutscenes. Like I know that's actually not a lot when you take.
In comparison, but
But,
it's
yeah,
like 90 hours of gameplay.
but yeah, 90
So if
hours of
I
gameplay.
wanted to sit down and watch all the cutscenes, it would take me
It
like.
would take you
It
10
would be
hours.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
It would be a
It would
little
be-
bit less
it's like
Lord of the Rings.
Like
Yeah,
the
pretty
not
much.
director's edition, not the director's edition, just the standard editions
Oh, yeah.
of Lord of the Rings, then it would be
The
pretty
fuck
equivalent.
do I do?
Yo.
Where am I going in here? I feel like I'm walking in circles.
Just going
I don't know where
go
to go.
right and down.
Right and
You
down.
go right and down?
Okay, we go right and down. Anyway, Zara mentioned Pokemon. I just wanted to say I feel like you're playing Pokemon wrong because they are very short games.
Damn.
They can be
Well,
very short.
Incredibly
Well,
short. I
Star
could, like,
Star did say that they're not super long.
they're not super
but they're
long.
long
But like
for
you could
her.
you could
Not
easily
her.
beat one in like
on
a
their
week.
part. It's long. I don't know why I said her. But for Star's like part, yeah, it's long comparatively. That's just not the stuff she's up for.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep going to like. I keep saying she. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure Star's a dude. I'm pretty sure.
Probably. We don't know.
Oh, why?
You can correct us if you feel so inclined.
Or you could
Or-
keep it a mystery.
I was
Ooh.
gonna say, or you could just make it wrong. You can just say, "Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm a lady."
You could
but-
also just lie to us.
and just lie.
That's absolutely perfectly
I don't-
true.
I don't care.
That's 100%
You do you.
correct.
I was trying to think of the opposite of correcting someone. And you could incorrect.
Misdirect.
You could misdirect. That's a good word. That's a better
Well,
word.
I think I found our destination, but everyone's
I'm
dead.
glad we've done it.
Oh man.
Huzzah!
I have
Well,
not been watching the gameplay
let's see if
whatsoever.
Sam can beat him.
Sam's got it in the bag.
I mean, actually, I kind of want to. Hold on. I mean,
Week
like,
is
a
a long
week of
time,
like
I mean.
playing a couple hours every day. I don't think that's very long. Hold on.
Well,
I
That's
want
not
to try
long at
something.
For a game, no. Like
Hold on. I want to see how this goes.
Also, there's also
No.
the long
Wrong one.
games
Oh,
that
shit.
are.
Hold on.
There's also long games in that, like, EU4 is a game that technically there's no story. There's no set amount
See
of
what
time.
happens.
There's no like time to finish necessarily, unless you just want to like complete a single game and just like ride out to the end. He did it.
He did it. Oh my god.
Oh! Next!
Next.
Oh!
next.
Well, was the
Use
multi-bottle
Start
rocket?
Storm.
Was the multi-bottle rocket necessary at all?
I don't actually know the answer to that question, but that was cool.
That was pretty
Casey
cool,
bat.
though. Wait, what?
Wow, that was neat. Oh baby!
Oh baby.
Wow. I don't remember what I was saying. Damn it. What were we just on? Oh yeah, EU4 is like Europe Versailles 4 is a game I put over 1,000 hours into. It doesn't really like it's just replayability. It's no like actual story or anything like that. It's just like it's just a game like that where it's like you put in as much time as you want to. There's
Yeah.
nothing. There's no like this is the end of it. This is the start really. So like that's one of those things.
Yeah.
You know, it's
That's the
it's
same
like
with-
I guess you get like a lot of bang for your buck in that case. So it's hard to quantify that exactly, but
That's the same with like any, like online like multiplayer game, like Siege or Dead by Daylight. Like,
Yeah.
you can put a lot of hours in, and it's not like there's necessarily like.
Ah.
do you have any
You win.
healing items?
Nothing that would be useful.
Oh, Sam's dead.
Yeah.
Be back in a little bit. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. That's fine. Well, next can handle it. No, next went numb.
Nah, it's fine. Nah, it's fine.
It did less damage this time than it did to the Master Bar, but I think it will be fine.
Keep using it.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah, if I want to get out of this alive.
Instead of just letting the damage tick down. You know.
Yeah.
Alright, good job. They're dead.
Let's go. Let's go next. Going up in the world.
Okay, so we probably would have died if we didn't use the rocket. Okay, that's cool though. I'm glad it worked out.
Glad that worked out as well as it did.
I just hope there's some kind of respite somewhere.
Hopefully.
Things are not going well.
No.
I don't even know why we're here, to be honest, or what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, no. I don't know either.
Don't we have life noodles somewhere?
In everyone else's inventory, but I don't know if I want to use them.
That's fine. I mean, we just beat, like, someone,
Like,
probably not going to be another boss.
Assumedly.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Maybe a mini boss. I don't know. Look out. It's going to touch them.
It touched the ghost?
Wait. You got the advantage.
What?
It's always been able to touch the ghost. I think the ghost touched it on the side, actually.
That might be
the ghost, because it was facing that direction, actually hit it on the side. So,
hopefully this one-shots everything.
That'd be cool. I'd like that.
Alright, let's go.
That's cool.
Alright, let's go.
He's not like...
Alright, let's go.
Maybe you should give him some of that water bottle.
Alright, let's go. We used them.
And maybe you should, like, he's...
I
think that's his last Starstorm. I think that's his last Starstorm.
I have one thing that can restore his stuff.
Well, use it, maybe don't, I don't know. But, yeah, maybe we have to be a bit more, reserved with, well, I think now we have to be reserved. We can't, if we wanted to.
I was just letting them loose because I assumed there would be something nearby that I could, heal at, but apparently not.
I was, I'm like...
Oh, no, the real reason
I'm like, don't risk it.
Actually, no, I should just fucking teleport B.
Wait, we're going to, like, go all back? We have to go all the way to here again, then. Make it, like, a save. Make a quick save.
Well, what's in here? I will also...
Make a restore point.
Yeah.
Let's just... Oh. Are they docile?
I don't know. Don't want to risk it. What just happened?
I don't want to risk it. Hello, it's been a while since we talked. This is Apple Kid. We're having beautiful weather here. And I'm now at Dr. Ann Donut's lab in Winters. Oh, great weather in Winters. Snow. The doctor doesn't seem to be around right now. But I'm just working on my eraser machine.
Ooh. That could be useful.
For erasing erasers.
Yep. I don't remember where the eraser was.
Hey. Oh no. What are you doing to me? Who are you? Click.
Well, that was interesting.
I think... Him. I haven't talked with you in ages. This is Orange Kid. We're finally coming near to the end of our research on how to change a boiled egg back into a raw egg. Oh, that's right. They were trying to do that.
That's why.
By the way, Apple Kid is missing. He left here saying that he was going to see Dr. Ann Donuts in Winters. And he never came back. I was hoping to borrow the book Overcoming Shyness from him. But suddenly, he disappeared. I haven't read the book, so I'm not very good at talking. Sorry. I'm also working hard on my invention, so I hope you'll understand. Say hello to your friends for me. Click. Him is dead?
Yeah, him is dead. Are these? Hello?
We're shy. We're shy.
Well, I guess they're shy. It's over here.
I guess so. I'll take their word for it.
Weird junk. No problem here.
Problem here.
Death ray?
Hey. All right. That's my kind of stuff.
It's my kind of thing. Let's see if we can equip it while he's dead. We can't. That's a very large increase in damage.
Yeah.
No problem. Oh!
A phone!
Nice!
Finally. How are you disguising your voice?
Of course.
Who are you pretending to be? Oh well, it's not a big deal. He's very trusting that anyone who calls him is just going to be his son.
Oh my god, we're swimming in dollars. So many
dollars.
dollars.
Wow, that is the stuff. If only we had somewhere to spend it, such as a hospital.
Oh, if only. I don't know what these things are. Wait, this guy's got horns.
We're all shy. Rumor I've heard a book to fix shyness there is. Where? Don't know. Just a rumor. I'm having a real trouble reading today. That's worrying. We're shy. We're shy.
These guys seem
read what it does first. They are shy.
You know, I feel like shy people normally wouldn't just be like, "Hey, I'm shy." Just so you know.
Maybe that's their name.
All right, there we go. Let's go. Let's go.
That's pretty sweet.
I didn't restore our PP, or next PP specifically. That's sad.
That is sad. Maybe they're all just called shy.
I guess I'll freaking use
What
the PSI caramel on them.
Salted caramel is not the end of the world. That's fine.
No, not the end of the world. Oh my god, why is everyone shy? What is this? Item shop here. What? That's not an item shop, it's a shy man.
You need to give him the book of anti-shy.
Do I have the book of anti-shy?
No! Apple Kid has it, and he was kidnapped.
Oh.
We just went over this, I mean.
Sucks to be him.
It does.
Hotel here? Oh.
They're shy.
Oh, but they're shy, yeah.
Yeah, they're shy. Maybe not. Okay. Sorry. They're not shy.
He's not
He's
shy.
too shy to ask for money.
I have no clue where to go next.
Well, he's not in Winters. We know that. Let's go to Winters.
No. I can do what I want, Dad.
But your dad is so nice. He gives you like $1 million every. He's like, "Oh, your allowance came through. It's actually my entire paycheck."
It's not. It's my gross paycheck, in fact.
It's like, yeah. We're gonna make
Here, have my entire gross income.
Son.
Maybe he won the lottery.
Yeah, he's just in a perpetual state of winning the lottery.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome. I get it. I got it right. Ooh, we're going to Winters. Because I decided to read for once. For some reason, I decided to pay attention to the game.
Wait, did he actually win the lottery? Is that a thing?
No.
No. It's we're supposed to go to Winters. I got it
okay.
We didn't have to be told where to go for like the first time in the game.
I thought Star was saying thank you for saying maybe he won the lottery. And I was like, oh.
Star has like a very a conspiracy theory that he's been briefing us on. He believes that the dad won the lottery, but no one will take his word seriously. And I was the first person to acknowledge it.
Thanks, Mom.
That's what I'm here for. I'm a hero. I save people, things, stuff. That's what I do.
Stuff and things.
Some of my favorite things are stuff.
That is true for me as well.
Some of my favorite stuff are things. So it works well.
Yeah.
I love stuff, but I hate things.
You are someone who has been hurt.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nice. Oh,
now
to
the Dr. and Donuts lab.
Well, now we gotta fucking walk all over there.
Wait, there's the monkey! There's a
monkey?
Kiki wife.
Yeah.
With Tessie along. Oh, the husband is safe! I was worried he was gonna get experimented upon by Dr. and Donuts.
Oh no.
I was worried. Now we know he's safe. All right.
Thank you, Magic Butterfly.
Thank you, Magic Butterfly.
Ah. Maybe we can kill these things now.
Yeah. Ivy,
Yes.
have you been playing any other games? Have you picked anything up, put anything down? Continued anything?
I mentioned Curse in the Moon.
Yeah. That's the 2D one. That's the
Yeah,
sequel to?
they're all 2D, but it's basically just a side series that's based on classic Castlevania as opposed to Metroidvania Castlevania.
Yeah. Pixel, I guess.
The first one was amazing. I absolutely loved it. It's like one of my favorite games. One of my favorite Castlevania games as well, or Castlevania genre type games.
Metroidvania.
No. Not Metroidvanias, because they're not. It's a side-scrolling platformer that's difficult.
I did that on purpose.
I hate you.
I was trying to upset you.
I am upset. But yeah,
These things are new. These were not here before.
Probably not. But yeah, I absolutely love the first game. And the second one's been fun, although very difficult.
It's been fun. It no longer is.
No longer is. It's gotten to a point where it's too difficult and I'm not having fun.
I'm not having fun anymore. No, sir.
Let's go.
But also, I guess in terms of talking about video games, I did actually pick something back up. Something that I've been known to pick up and put down from time to time. Sekiro. I picked it back up
2 times.
Shadows have died a lot of times in my playthrough. I'll be honest.
Just wait till the point in the game where Shadows died 3 times.
No, that's
the sequel.
No.
Oh.
No.
No.
There's a point in the game where well, actually no. No, there's a point in the game where you can die 4 times. From the beginning of the game onward, you can die 3 times.
I don't know what you're talking about. Cool.
I'll
accept that.
It's complicated.
I don't care. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. I've been playing Sekiro.
Yes.
I've been playing Sekiro.
Have you been enjoying it, or do you have negative thoughts?
It's very neutral. I fought probably what I think is like the coolest boss so far. But I'm gonna go a little bit chronologically. I started off. I beat Kenichiro. Kenshiro? No, that's an anime.
No. Yeah, wait.
I think it's Kenichiro. That's the boss, right?
Would describe him? I don't know anything by name.
He is the one who has 3 faces and shoots lightning.
3.
He kidnapped
3
the
faces.
kid.
Oh, right, that guy.
Yeah. I beat him because that's where I left off. I'd done everything that
you thought that was the final boss, but in fact it wasn't.
Yeah, well, it really
I also had the same thought, and
it really put him up there. So I was like, okay, well, I found him. He's the final boss. I'm not gonna touch him. I'm gonna do everything, all the side content. Well, I know he was not.
You can't do all the side content at that point because you're not powerful enough.
I did everything I was able to do. I went to every other area I think I could find, and could get as far in without having gotten the child back, before giving up and being like, okay, well, I don't really feel like fighting him. Yeah, I picked it back up. I beat him. It wasn't that bad actually. He's not that bad. I did that. It was like, okay, cool. He was kind of just like a little annoying because it was like I haven't played the game in a while, so I don't remember what to do very well. I was just getting like a hang of things. I basically I fought him a bunch of times. I lost. I then did I did the tutorial where you fight like the guy who you can kill many times. I practiced some things. I just came back, and I beat him in 1 try.
Yeah.
After I got the hang back, after I got the swing.
Yeah.
And then
I
progressed. I continued some more areas, and I found what I think is probably the coolest boss, the monkey, the ape.
The monkey. Did you wait? You beat him?
Yeah.
How long does that take you? Because I was actually stuck on that for a little while.
It took me, it didn't actually take me that long. It was probably like 2 hours, I think. So for a game like I'm still probably a little rusty on. It wasn't that bad. I just sort of had to get.
It's not that bad. It's just there's like a few things that he does that are just kind of bullshit, and like
it's
also it's a very long fight.
It's a long fight, yes. His timing is hard because people just like from like standing from T pose, just hovering, will just immediately go into an attack, and you will not have time to react. Sometimes you just have to like hope. You have to just like preempt that he might attack at any microsecond.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
And just randomly press the block button. Hopefully, you will get him sometimes.
I don't know. I don't like looking up strategies for bosses in Souls games. I mean, it's not really a Souls game, but
it's
same principle applies. I would prefer to like just like go at it until I figure out something that works, because that's the fun for me.
I actually did look up strategy for one boss.
Oh, I did too.
The folding monkeys.
Folding monkeys?
Folding panel monkeys.
No, I didn't look up for them, but
I did.
I don't know.
I was there for 30 minutes.
I don't know. It's not that bad. You just gotta figure out their puzzles.
I heard the bell ringing. I kept smacking the giant bell. The giant gong was like, it's not doing anything. Also, I did not figure out their puzzles. I just brute forced it, and it worked.
Yeah. No, the only boss I looked up a strategy for was the There's like this ghost guy, or not a ghost guy, but like this magic man who like teleports around and like shoots purple things at you. And I just could not figure out how to beat him.
Shichimen warrior.
Whatever he was, but he just teleports around and shoots purple balls at you.
I hate him.
I was really annoyed, and then I looked up how to beat him. That's right. And it was like use this item, then use this item, and it was like, and then just hit him, and I was like, what? This is so easy now. What the fuck? All the challenge is completely gone. To be fair, the rest of the game is very easy anyway, so it doesn't even matter. It's not like there was much challenge to be removed. I was just upset because I was stuck on him for a little bit and trying to figure out how to beat him, and then it's just like so. It was such an anticlimax. Like he just died, just instantly, and then there's like two more of him, and I just did the exact same thing the other times. I was like, well, this guy's not a challenge.
Yeah, there's the headless and then Shichimen warrior, the ghost guys. I've not.
Okay, the headless.
I've not dealt with them.
Fucking the worst. I hate it so much. Like the first few fights.
There's like 3 or 4.
There's like 5 or 6, and 2 of them you're fighting 2 of them.
It's a bad game.
It's not fun.
I don't like them. I don't like the ghost enemies because you have to use an item to fight them.
The only one of the headless that I did not defeat was the one in the spirit realm where you have to fight 2 of them underwater. And I was like, no, this is bullshit. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I agree. I respect that decision.
Homing in projectiles that kill you instantly. Like, what the fuck? Why would I bother with this? I'm swimming. God damn it.
I'm swimming in money. I'm swimming in dough. I'm so rich. I don't have to deal with
Plus
this.
the rewards you get from him are like just not worth it at all. There's just like some random abilities that like barely do anything. I was like, no, I don't care.
But yeah, I've been playing that. I beat a handful of bosses. I've got a further stuff. I can swim. It's pretty neat. It's cool. Yeah. But again, like I'm still like super duper neutral on the game, and then I got a Spider-Man and just I haven't picked it up since that happened. I haven't continued, but I've made some good progress. I don't think I remember where I have to go next, I'll be honest. Oh, no, I do. I have to re-siege the castle. And there's just some bosses there that I'm just like, I don't care.
I hate the re-siege the castle thing, because it happens twice, and it's really fucking annoying.
Boy.
Re-siege the castle?
Yeah.
There's an area of the game where you have to go through it forwards once, then you have to go through it backwards, and then you have to go through it then you have to go through it forwards again, and then you have to go through it backwards, and it's like, why? Why would you do this?
Yeah.
It's like you lose all your teleport points, and like there's different harder enemies and more of them, and it's like, why?
Yeah. And it's kind of a headache. So that's where I am, where I was just like, I'm not like in the mood to do this. It's kind of is a drag.
I'm also
all things considered.
I'm also still furious about the fact that I missed out on 2 bosses, and I cannot get them at all because I didn't do one thing where you're supposed to spy on the prince.
The women in the bathroom.
You know,
in the bathing. What do you call it?
How,
what are those Japanese like hot springs? That's what they call them. There we go.
Yeah.
Bathe in a hot spring.
So Tom, you're probably at this point in the game already
because
you beat the man. But you know, once you beat the man, you can go to the castle, and just I don't think these guys are particularly powerful. I think I could just fucking kill them all. Anyway, so you can go into the castle and the prince is just there and you can talk to him, right?
Yes.
There's a point in the game where you're supposed to go to the other room and like eavesdrops on them, and doing that a couple times is what unlocks like one of the endings, and if you don't go for that ending, you are fucked out of an entire area, or a revisit to an area that has 2 more extra bosses. So I cannot be as powerful as you're like you literally cannot get to like max power level because you just fucked up. And I was like, god damn it, now I have to play the entire game again in either like regular game or new game plus. I don't even care. It's like I don't even care. So I went to the final boss. I was like, well, I guess I'll just kill the final boss. And the final boss has 4 fucking phases, and all of them have completely different movesets. And it's just like I don't care. And I stopped.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's my feeling on Sekiro. Fuck that game.
It still has not gripped me. I'm still like, it's whatever. It's a game. I don't really, I don't hate it. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it really, but it's not like bad. It does get me annoyed every now and then, though. It is just sometimes just stupid and ridiculous or unfair every now and then. I'm just like, what the hell? Come on. I know it's not a Souls game as well.
It's not.
But I do often judge it compared to Souls games, which it's not fair. It's not fair comparison.
Try not to, and
I try not to, but it's just
I don't know.
I'm just like, I like Souls game is better. Is basically where I come. I'm like, I like Dark Souls better than this.
I just don't like how the game is so easy that their approach to making it difficult is just to make everything cheap and bullshit. Yeah. And it's like, this is not fun. This is just L button. Just keep pressing the L button, and then like I could literally beat a boss doing that. Mm-hmm. Just that exact inputs and with that exact timing. That I could beat a boss doing that. Fuzzy Pickles. I hate it. Oh yeah. I don't like it. It's not fun.
The thing, there's a lot of mini bosses. But the thing that I think hindered me the most from enjoying it is the fact that it's not a Souls game, and the fact that you can't customize the character. He's just whatever he is, but he's completely bland and nothing.
Well, customize the character. I just don't like that the gameplay is not fun.
It's not the other, like in Geralt, like in Witcher 3, you play as Geralt. He customizes his outfit a little bit, and the weapon he uses a little. But for the most part, it's Geralt of Rivia. You're always him. You can sort of choose the character. You can sort of he has like a thing he's supposed to be. You can sort of skew him so he's a little more friendly or something, or a little more of a bitch if you want to, or he's just like a real hard ass for some reason. You could skew it a little bit if you want, but like in this game, it's like Geralt Rivia, he's like a lovable, he's very likable, he's very cool, he's easy to get attached to. He's like, wow, this guy's awesome and like deep and has all this stuff. This guy is just like a bland, like there's nothing. I don't care about him. I'm not invested in him. I don't give a shit about the main character that he's playing
serves this prince and is very loyal to this prince.
And has like it's just like no like anything to him. You can't customize him all. You can't be like he's mine.
He
I feel like he's special,
but he's not like the story doesn't want him to be a blank slate, but he just is, and it's like
he's a blank slate that you can't
such a
carve.
Weird dichotomy.
It's a blank slate you can't carve anything into. They don't give you any tools. You have to use your fingernails if you want to, but it's like you're not gonna. You can't do much if even there. You just have to sort of like make like a little just like hairline. Like yeah, see, there's a little scratch. That's a little story I made with my fingernail. Because they're not gonna give you like the tools to actually make like something that you could get attached to and invested in. And be like, again, the reason I loved Dark Souls 2 so much was because of the character I made, and I got really invested in the character and the story I made for him, and like the way I dressed him, the outfit he had, the way like the people, the choices I could make, the people I would save, the people I would kill, the stories I would follow or not. You know, that would suit the character. I got really invested in that. I was like, I love this guy. This is great. The main character, I can't get invested in him. I don't give a shit about him. I don't give a shit about the prince. I don't give a shit about anyone. They all suck. They all mean nothing. They all have no personality whatsoever, or just don't. It's just, it's like maybe like a little bit of lore is they're like supposed to be the personality, but it's like I don't know. I just don't care. Like there's nothing that keeps me attached or like, oh man, I hope I save the prince, or I hope I do this or that. I really want to see his vision come through. It's like he doesn't have a fucking vision. He has nothing. He's just like a dawdling, just like nothing. It's all just like there's nothing to care about. It's just like the game is just fight the enemies, and then I guess there's a story so that you're supposed to go here and there, but like there's no reason for you to care about the story or the characters. They give you nothing to latch on to or to get invested in. Like with Dark Souls, they don't give you anything to really get invested in, but the fact that you can customize your guy and make it your own and make your own story and sort of like have a little bit of like free agency and choice that way makes it so that you can sort of get invested in your guy. Because like, this is the guy I made. This is his face that I made for him. This is the outfit I chose for him. I can create my own backstory, I guess, because he's a blank slate. But it's like in this one, it's like it's a blank slate, but it's like he sort of has a backstory. He kind of has something. It's like you can't really write anything there, and it never goes anywhere. You never get anything. I hate that so much about him. I didn't really care much about Genichiro. I was kind of like disappointed. Also, I never actually got to properly reflect the lightning. I beat him without ever actually having done that.
Like he didn't even hit me with the lightning thing, so it didn't even matter.
I died the only time twice, but I never got to like do it back to him.
The only time in the entire game you actually ever have to use that move is during the fucking fight with the dragon god.
Final boss.
No, the dragon god.
Okay, gotcha. Fair enough. But yeah, I don't know. The game is it's okay. It's all right. Like it's not a bad game. It's bang for your buck, and it's a long game. So, you know, there's merit to it there, but
really, I feel like, I don't know.
I have no idea. I have no idea, in fairness. But it's like, I don't know. I don't care about the character. I just can't get into it. And I'm not a guy who's really very story or like, it doesn't take much for me to care. So it's kind of, you got advantage there for some reason. There's a star man. I like that. It's the iconic Starman.
Yeah, there he is. It was the guy we fought at the beginning of the game, but couldn't defeat.
Look at him. Look how confident he poses.
Oh yeah, he's really up there. Okay. God, I hate that so much. I hate that there's like 3 different buttons that can activate that menu, and if you press, it's just so easy to just tap one of them on accident.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't care about the story, but I'm not invested in the gameplay, and that is why I don't like it. To me, investment comes from gameplay, and like the story is very secondary. Like whether the story is good or not really doesn't matter.
Oh, for me too, definitely. Story and character are always secondary, but like it helps. It definitely can help. Like there's some games that there's games that are like cult classics because the gameplay kind of stinks, but like the story is great. There's also games that are just classics. I mean, there's those games I'm not a big fan of, like oh, I just slammed on the desk. Last of Us. That's a game that's all story, and then the gameplay is pretty clunky
like,
and not amazing.
It's like, here's the gameplay.
It's not amazing gameplay.
It's a movie. That's what it is.
The gameplay is
but the
very
story's
not good.
really good. The
story
story's supposed to be really, really good, but like, I don't know. It's that kind of thing doesn't do enough for me, which is definitely fair. I do get most out of the gameplay.
Yeah.
But like, even still, like there can be like, you can do enough with story that like, if the gameplay is like mediocre, you can still like save it. Like a game like what do you call it? Deadly Premonition, which is a game where it's a cult classic that got a re-release on Switch, and a sequel was announced like 10 years later, which warmed my heart and made me super duper happy. And I'm very happy. I'm very excited for. In a genuine way. It makes me a little giddy that it actually like. I can't believe any of that happened, even though that was like months ago that all of that was announced and everything. I'm still like, wow, that's pretty neat. But like, the gameplay really was very clunky, not very smooth, kind of goofy and weird. But like the story was just really good. The story was just like solid enough that like it kept you through the game. It was good. It was a good game. Because of the story. Evil.
Pizza.
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
Yeah. So wait, Danny, have you been playing any other games recently? Yeah, maybe not. Have you been playing any other games recently?
I feel like there was like one other thing, and I'm trying to remember, but I can't. And it is annoying me. Not a fan of not knowing what I've done in the past. What's happened and what hasn't.
Well,
just hit him.
Hopefully you'll remember.
I feel like I don't understand how to use Pooh at all. His strategy next, whatever. His strategy doesn't make sense to me because like he seems like he's supposed to spam PP or spam PSI, like, and that's all he's supposed to do. But he has like so little PSI that I'm like, he's just supposed to like use it sparingly. But like his punch is so
What level
weak.
is he? What level is he? Because he might still be like a good bit behind the rest of the party.
I don't know. It feels like proportional though. Like he's not even that far behind. Like he's only
not really.
That's only like 6 level difference between him and Hurt. And Hurt has been has been like pretty solid since we got her.
Yeah.
Of just like spam magic and then win. And next is like he's also got like more support stuff, which is like the life up stuff, but like he just doesn't have like him has more PSI than him, but this guy like doesn't have a punch. It's strange. I don't understand. It makes no sense to me.
Maybe it'll come together later.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It is possible. Did I just go in a circle? Oh my god.
I think so. So Danny, you been up to any other games this weekend, or this week or two, or have you been up to anything else actually? Anything in your real life? Anything crazy and wild? Did you go to the DMV and like slam someone, like curb stomp them?
The DMV is closed.
Did you curb stop someone at its closed DMV? You could still do it.
No, I have not recently. That was a month ago. I don't know if that's recent. I don't know if that's contemporary enough.
Yeah, kind of loses the charm after a month.
Yeah, but well, Well, I haven't been on the stream in a while because taking some summer classes. So
Smart boy.
I have a lot of. I had basically like 3 weeks in a row. I had an exam like on Monday, and I was like, well, fuck, I have to study because some of our audience might know this. On Sundays and Saturdays, we generally play a little bit of D&D. Or I'm sorry, Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
We play D&D. Saturday we play D&D, and I'd be like, well, I just have to study. Like and so.
Yeah.
But now that was genetics in the beginning of the summer. Now I'm taking organic chemistry too, which is a lot harder. So I've been like reading like constantly. But
why does Sam take like no damage from anything?
I don't know.
And you know, this past Friday and Saturday we played some D&D as well, so that was fun. I see Czar said they played D&D for the first time.
Yeah, he's mentioned that a couple times. He just got into it, which is pretty cool. It's always good to see new people playing.
I've lost over that.
Because
Nice.
it's a fun time. It's a fun game.
It's a good experience if you have a good experience with it.
If you
It's a good
have
experience.
good friends
If
and
you
good
have a good
DM,
party,
that's all you
if
need.
you have a good party and a good DM. That being said, Czar, could I join yours? Because
He's in the market.
I'm in the market. You know, I feel like I could get traded.
Mhm.
I'm kidding. Our group is.
We're
amazing,
gonna have
and our
we're gonna have a
DM
D&D like fantasy football. You can draft your favorite the three
overall
of us
first
to your
pick.
Like,
fantasy
I
teams.
feel like our group is perfect
To your high
now that
fantasy
we've,
teams.
separated the weak from the chaff.
We cut some of the fat.
Again, I won't spend much time on this. Because it's very the stream does not know. This means nothing to them. But I think you know, when we were starting like D&D, like our online iteration of D&D, my friend Noah that I met at college, I was like, I think he'd really make a good addition, and I feel like he really has.
Yeah,
I feel
Definitely.
I feel like he rounds out the group quite well.
Yeah.
It was definitely
so I
like
like that.
it's always hard to add a new person, so I'm glad it worked well.
I think
Especially
it like
'cause we haven't been able to meet him in person, most of us.
yeah, only Connor has. So I think
I
right.
do not even know what he looks like, but he's a cool dude.
Oh, I saw the top half of his face once.
I never have.
No face. But yeah.
So I have an idea of what his face is like. Not a solid one though.
But I find it really interesting that like getting to know someone like just through D&D like is kind of an interesting concept because
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
I just had a great idea for a dating show.
I would love. No.
I think I realized I kind of just didn't say anything, but I felt like
No. I want to go into this a little bit. This is piqued my attention.
I'm taking damage from freeze.
How do you think it should go? I want to dwell on this for a second.
Well, I think you have eligible bachelors and bachelorettes.
Yeah.
And they not like the show Bachelor Bachelorette.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Term. And
Is
you know,
him
have like
diamondized? Fuck.
The Dungeon Master is the host, obviously.
Dungeon Master's the host of the show, obviously.
The host of the
and
most.
The host of the most, and the Dungeon Master like does like really like dumb like sets up like the Dungeon of Love and like stuff like that. It would be like really stupid, and you just have to get to know like people through D&D, and then like at some point like you have the chance to like ask them on a date or like whatever, or, you know.
I want to roll
like
to put my arm around her shoulder.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like if you do go on a date,
I rolled a 3.
Roll charisma.
Like I love the idea of just someone being like, oh well, like Haverchard, the gnome like wizard, and like and I'm trying to think of another name, and him Squibbling Goblin and Wormschlock, half orc, a barbarian. Like they went on a date, but I don't know if I can ask Clarissa. Like I know our characters. Like the date went great, but like I don't in real life. I think I'm gonna ask like Madison. I don't think I'm gonna ask Clarissa.
So is it like a Big Brother situation, or like the island reality show where you get kicked off at the every week someone is kicked out? Is it like that? Like is it like a series?
D&D group, and they just vote out people.
It starts off like super huge. You have like you have to like be in a relationship with someone. Oh no, I guess that's what it would be. You have to like build relationships in the D&D like setting. You have to like make people like your character and like build friendships with them in the game. Otherwise, they'll kick you out.
I think it would be cool if it was just like
be, like invested.
If they.
They're like, I really don't like his character. He took the catch up at that last one, so I want him out.
I think it'd be really interesting as well if they, if it was something like, they vote, they do like a vote, and it's like they take the 2 lowest scoring people, and then they just have to fight. They have to do like a PvP like fight thing, and like who. Like people on the outside could like give them a favor, like they could give them, like a health potion or something, like if they were smitten, and it's like, like I need like Jonathan to stay in the game, like I want to ask him on a date, like Jonathan, like here, take a health, but there'd be some rules around that, like to give someone a favor would be like, it'd cost you something or whatever. But I just, this would be a great trap.
I like to imagine like
invincible.
You have like a token of immunity. Is just like it raises your armor class or something like that. One of those things. So it's like
inspiration.
you have to reach above a certain thing to be able to kick someone out. I imagine it's just something like that. It's like, and in the chest you found a token of immunity. Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of things like that. In the dungeon of the Swan's Tunnel.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just like, I would love that. It's so stupid, and it tickles my fancy. It warms my heart. It makes me happy.
Why?
I don't know.
Did you die?
Yeah.
Bobby, you're silly.
I pressed B on accident, so I have to go back to the main menu.
What does B do?
It goes back. It says no. Him.
This harkens back. This reminds me of one of my favorite things.
We're here. What the fuck?
This is the last time we saved? Wait, no. You did a quick save at one point.
Oh yeah, that looks more recent, right?
It's more recent, yes.
100% much better. Oh my god. Dear God.
That was a little startling.
That was a
No, actually, I think we leave here. We get a couple phone calls, then we go to Windows.
Yeah, I think it's.
And down the hole. I think it's not too horrible. That was scary though.
Because that would have been a lot more. Dear God.
Just have them sit in the thing. Okay, that's fine too. I don't think it brings them back to life.
Well, there's enemies on the way to.
No, I mean just sit in the hot pool.
Right,
the hot
pool. Well, it's really only for poo.
It brings them back to life, I thought. Did it not? Oh, you mean the inn was for poo?
Yeah.
For next. Gotcha.
Because when you're brought back to life, you recover everything, but
if you're still alive,
you don't recover anything. It's really annoying.
It's an odd choice. I will agree with that.
It's a bit strange.
Yeah, so I think we just leave here. We get a message. We get a call from the Apples and Oranges, and then we're on our way back to Winters.
I am only pressing A to skip dialogue from now on. Like, I press B just as a force of habit, because B, like, usually in games, like, you can hold B and it will advance the text faster, so I just alternate between B and A. But in this game, the text moves at a fixed rate, and there's no way to make it faster or slower. Aside from the menu, which is like...
Yeah.
So pressing B is just completely worthless. I should not be doing it all the time.
See, what I was saying earlier is this just reminds me of literally my favorite bits on the stream ever, which was just me trying to get you to restart shadow levels. Like, all the time.
That was
how long it took you to put it together. like I would just say, like, oh, I think you have to, because every time you pause, there was like a 25% chance that you would restart the level. So like I would just be like, oh, maybe we should check the map. Maybe we should pause and check. Oh wait, what's the objective, Ivy? And like,
what was the objective for the neutral path?
And Tom would like know exactly what was going on.
Yeah, after like the first time I started to catch on.
Yeah, you were so focused on the game that you would just be like, oh, what's the objective to the neutral path? It's to pause, and every time I would just have to wait and like hope you just restart it, and it was hilarious. I think it must have happened at least like
it happened at least 3 games, I think. I think it happened 3 times total.
The first time
was totally an accident.
Totally an accident. The next 2 I think were me. And
the thing is, I do remember, like, when I played that game originally, like, the first time, I remember that happening a couple times, and I was like, it's really easy to fuck up, for some reason.
Because isn't it, if you press start again, it doesn't unpause,
it selects what you...
That's insane. That's insane.
So if you accidentally, like, press up when you're, like, going through the menu, it will just be like, well, now you're restarting. It's like, oh
so
no.
Funny.
Let that be a lesson, kids. If you make a game, don't make the pause button. Select things in the pause menu. Make it unpause, no matter what you're selecting. They should teach this in Game Design 101 and cite Shadow the Hedgehog as an example of what not to do when designing a game.
Or, if you want to make a rage streamer game, it's a great idea.
Oh,
yeah, no, I disagree. I think you should totally do exactly the opposite of that.
If you want your game to be popular on Twitch, do the opposite.
Actually make
just take the entire Game Design 101 course and just do the opposite of everything it says.
You should actually make it on your pause screen that if you press any button but like the buttons to control the screen, it restarts the level.
It
like,
defaults to restart, and you have to manually bring it to resume.
And if you if you press like a direction, you know, like it's like the vertical, like you'd scroll through options. If you press like left or right, or like you try and scroll too far up or too far down where it wouldn't work anymore, just restart the level.
Yeah.
It would make my job a lot easier.
It would. It would be very appreciated if you could please just like streamline that, developers.
Thank you so much.
Much appreciated.
Which one has the shield up? I don't even. I can just use neutral.
I don't remember.
Okay. That guy has the shield up. Neutralizer.
Wow, I can't believe that item actually got used. Actually shocked.
Oh, he used the same fucking thing. It doesn't. He just used it on me. Nice.
Did he?
Great. Yeah.
I know the neutralizer affects everyone, including your friends.
No. I mean, the enemy just used the exact same thing on us, and it did it went through all of them again.
Oh jeez. Good game.
He neutralized himself after we neutralized him. Wow. 1 times 1 is 1, I guess.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No! Dad, shut up! God.
Oh boy.
What time are we at, actually? Oh, dear God. We're at 2:45.
Yeah. We're closing in. We still have like probably one more shot at that boss again, so.
Well, what boss?
I don't know if we died. Did we die on regular enemies?
We just died to regular enemies. There's a
we
regular
have one more
enemy,
shot at those regular enemies.
He was like, "You're diamondized now," and then instantly died. Because
we still have one more shot at those regular enemies.
Yeah, I guess. I honestly don't even really want to get to those. I just want to find a safe one.
I don't either, personally.
I
just want to save and call it.
I don't want to go to bed. Just 5 more minutes. Come on. Exactly.
Dude, I'm so fucking down for some Thai 2.
Oh, I'm
I would too.
so hyped. Have you
One
been
of my
here for any of
favorite-
Thai 2? I don't think you have.
I wasn't here for any of Thai 2. No.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I have
why
a
I'm
You
question.
weren't here
excited.
for finale of Thai 1 either.
Speaking of Thai,
Oh,
do you like Thai
damn.
food?
Thai food's okay. Yeah. But
I like
what
to
I was
keep them
going
on
to
its
say was,
toes.
one of my favorite things is like, I feel like some people, or like a lot of people tune into this stream because they're like, oh, Earthbound, like, I like watching new people play Earthbound. And I just love that
Lord.
half the time, at least but I remember, I was agreed with. I wasn't the only one that held this opinion.
Before anything,
We're just-
269, 270, it's like, oh, the numbers are so close it made me happy. Sorry, I just had to say it.
But I just like how
Before the character leveled up, it was
I
better.
don't know if I would say bitch about, but I would just be like, can't wait till Thai. Like, people would be like, oh man, like I love Earthbound, like it's such like a weird and quirky game, like I love it so much, and like it'd be like, yeah,
Can't wait to play
wait
some
to
Thai
play some
Tasmanian
Thai.
Tiger 2.
because
When's
it's
Thai?
a mixture of it's so hard for me to comment on Earthbound, and I feel bad about that. Like I
mean,
want
I
to.
also
but
feel
just-
the thing is,
similar.
I really have the same problem too. I really don't
But-
know what to say most
But
of the time.
it's
It's a
one,
mixture-
difficult to comment on, and two, the gameplay is not amazing. So
It's
I'm just
slow.
like, I'm kind of just at a loss.
It doesn't lead to the most conversation, for us at least.
See, it's the mixture of that and Thai is legitimately one of my favorite games I've ever streamed. Like, I think Pikmin is
It's a
obviously
real diamond in the rough.
has to be
It's
like, up
also
there.
just a really fun game.
Yeah,
like-
it's a real diamond in the rough. Like,
It's
no
so
one's-
No one's, but the
You
problem is
rip
no one's ever
ass.
heard of it. So like, no one watches. It's just us having a fun time and no one there.
every now and
It's
then
like,
one person will be like,
well,
"Oh, that was a game from my childhood." We're like,
oh yeah,
"Yeah, welcome aboard."
Yeah, well, sometimes we'll
It's
just
very
have,
slow going.
Yeah, sometimes we'll just have like a Danish streamer or a Danish like speedrunner randomly show up in this or I don't was he Danish? I think so. I don't even remember.
It sounds familiar.
He was somewhere from up there, but like, yeah, just like randomly we'll just have some random person
It
be
was.
like,
Yep.
yeah, I've played this game before. This is pretty cool. I was like, yeah, this game is pretty cool.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. Good cog, mate.
good call,
Cog,
mate.
Oh, good God, man.
So, it's
I
so
just-
weird
I
how
love
often we
Thai
say
food.
that when it's not even something anyone
It's not. No,
says.
it might be my favorite one,
It's
but
great.
it's not.
I don't know.
at all
I really
anything.
love Struth personally.
I was gonna say Struth is second place for
Oh,
me.
see,
it's,
my-
it's up
my-
there in my heart.
My second
Struth.
favorite, definitely you
Struth.
Ripper.
You ripper. You beauty.
yeah,
I like you Ripper a lot.
I mean, you.
Thinking about us, it's like, oh man,
Bruce.
man, Ty, you
Yeah.
beauty, we're just
Yeah,
so
I love- I just,
As
it
he's
just
fucking
brought
on
this
his
up.
deathbed, just dying. It's like, you little beauty. Also,
That's
just
so-
Australian
that's
accents
so
are
fun.
really fun to do. So that's all.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all. That also just like ups the morale and makes everything more
Yeah.
interesting,
Oh yeah,
in my opinion.
Aramuji. It's also just they have fun like colloquialisms and slang,
There's so much
It's just
slang.
fun.
It's great.
and they're fun.
And also, there's a lot going on visually. There's a lot to comment on.
It's also true. There is more going on. I think
also-
maybe because the game's just faster.
I mean, maybe it's also like
just
just
plays to it
three-dimensional.
better.
There's like just a lot happening.
That's also probably true.
it's like two console generations of difference, so it's not really fair to compare. Also, this is an RPG. It's not meant to have a lot of stuff going on at once.
It's true.
I feel like a lot of our best moments come from like the thing is Ty's very easy to understand. Like I look at Ty and I'm like, okay, Ivy has to make this jump to get the thing that Ivy needs to get, and like that's kind of the same with Pikmin. Like, because the thing is you don't have to process anything at all. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, you made the jump. Oh, that's like great, like awesome, like we did it, and like that can lead to like a lot of emotion. But in I'm just like. Can someone explain to me whether what just happened was good or bad, or...
It's a lot of ambiguity. No one
Yeah.
likes ambiguity. How did we get green from that? What? They were behind us.
It must have slammed into the side of someone.
Hey, I don't Also, it's just I
Or
don't
no, it's slammed
understand
its
the
side into someone.
like.
Sorry.
I'm the one playing this game, and I don't understand the mechanics of this game at all.
You have to hit its side, so you have to hit it in the side, or one of your
I thought
party
it was from
hit it in
behind,
the
not
side.
from the side.
It's either one, I think. I think it's either.
I don't know how any of this game works. It makes no sense.
It's difficult to do because they will just face
We
and
should
run
do
at
Nintendo
you,
Land
so.
pick. Yeah, we should do the Pikmin, or we should play some Nintendo Land, just like in general, like do some of the co-op stuff. That could be fun.
That will have
One
to
of
be
these
in real
days
life.
when we could
That has
actually
to
be together.
real life, yeah. Because there's
Honestly-
no online.
Nintendo Land Pikmin's a really good idea because Pikmin 4 won't come out until all of us are deceased. So
Or until our brains are in jars, at least.
yeah,
Whichever
oh,
comes
man.
first.
Welcome back to the Brain Jar stream.
Yeah, welcome to the brain electricity stream.
Just gonna do them. Oh, it does a lot. Great. Oh, fucking marks him. Let's go.
Nice, but I do have to say, like, I've been like, I just can't wait till we can finally play what is it? FFCC TV.
Final Fantasy.
TBC.
Final Fantasy: The Crystal Chronicles of Crystal Bear.
Yeah, FFCC TCB. I can't wait until we
I got
actually
it
get to
right
play
here. There it
that.
is.
I'm waiting. It means so much to me. That game is it's such a touchstone for my childhood that I want to share it with the world, and I want to be there in person when it happens. I'd love Danny to be there in person because you've also played the game, and so I'd also want you to be there because it's something I want to show the world. It's like this is my tie, but it's not the time for it because we can't be in person.
Yeah.
Which is it's been so heartbreaking.
I also love what was it? Oh, I love that in Crystal. So the first Final Fantasy I played, and really the only Final Fantasy game I've actually really played all the way through, now that I'm thinking about it, is Legend of the Crystal Bears or Crystal Chronicles? What is it called?
It's the Crystal Chronicles, the Crystal Bear, or Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the Crystal Bears. I think it might be plural.
That's such a bad.
FFCC TCB.
That's so
TBC.
funny. That's hilarious. I knew it had bears,
TCB, yeah.
but I also thought it had Chronicles.
I'm bad at it. It's such a long name. It's gonna be a pain to have to write the the stream name.
Yeah.
To have to do that each time is not gonna be fun. But
so much. It was so much
gonna be
fun to
worth
fuck
it.
around in. And then I remember playing another Final Fantasy game, and I was like, oh, this is not the same thing.
It's also funny. It's a spin-off. It's like the sequel to a spin-off, and it has nothing to do with the actual spin-off. I can't wait to actually I can't wait to actually be able to talk about it and stuff like that and really get into it.
Yeah,
I don't want to give anything away because I'm like, oh god, I just want to I want to let it all out when the time is right.
It's such a good game. I'm so excited. I actually found my copy of it a while ago, and I was thinking of playing it.
If I still had a Wii, I would have, but mine does not.
Games because I was like setting up my Wii because
Oh yeah.
I wanted to play it because of quarantine, and I was putting the Wii games that I thought I would play and would in a basket to bring upstairs, and I was like, oh my god, it's fucking Crystal Chronicles, it's so good. But I haven't yet to play it, but I might. We'll see.
Hey Tom, the problem with your Wii is that the disc drive doesn't work, right?
It's the disc drive and the power cable thing doesn't work. I have to borrow someone's, but also the disc drive doesn't work.
I could fix your Wii for you.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
I would not.
Because I know how to replace the disc drive. I could just do that for you.
You know how to replace the disc
Yeah,
drive?
I had to do it myself.
Why?
Because my Wii also had a broken disc drive. So I was like, well, I'll buy a new one, fix it.
No,
I also need to get a new cable thing, but that'd be cool.
Yeah,
I
new
think
cable.
my Wii also has a broken disc drive.
I
just realized
guess I'm getting a lot of work.
Because when I said Wii, I meant my Wii U, which I
had no clue how to open the Wii U.
No. When I was saying I was getting
I could figure it out though. It's probably so.
No, my Wii U is fine, but my Wii has a broken disk drive.
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
Because it's fine.
Why is it such a common problem? It's weird.
Probably because they're shittily made in the disk drive area. I assume it's not a coincidence.
I imagine it's probably fair. Like there are like multiple like models of the Wii, I think. So there's probably like some earlier ones that are a little less, you know, a little more clunky, a little less refined than later models of the Wii. I think the very late models of the Wii though didn't even have like GameCube support.
Yeah, which is
Something like that.
unfortunate. You know, the only
It's like
reason
I can't believe they would actually drop that mid-console.
Yeah, like the only reason I even fixed my Wii was just because I wanted to like put mods and stuff on it, which I did, which was cool. Now I have a modded Wii, which is cool.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, that's how we've streamed all the
Yeah,
modded Wii games.
that's how we've streamed all of our Wii and GameCube games.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course. How else would we do it? Like one of those emulators online? That would be
No,
crazy.
never.
Well, that's illegal.
That's
I do
illegal. You
official
can't do that.
only. I can. There's a Nintendo logo right there. Now you can see it. There we go. Oh my God! Run away already! Dear God! I just want to run away, please. I don't want to fight them. I don't
Just
care
wanna be a
enough to fight
coward.
them. No, I just don't
either.
care enough to
There's
fight
an
them
auto
right
fight
now.
feature.
I don't wanna. I just wanna run away.
I understand. But I think it's something that can be used from time to time. We may grossly neglect it. When we get frustrated and just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to fight that. Just put on the auto fight. Just let it do the work.
I don't trust it to do the work as efficiently as I would, though, is the problem. Which
I
is
know
why I
you
don't
don't.
use it.
It's been your excuse every time.
And
I
it's
know,
a good
but I'm just like-
excuse, in my opinion.
I
I
mean,
don't
good
trust the AI
You
to play
don't
the
even
game as
want
well as
to
I
do
would.
it. You don't even want to do it. So why does it matter how it does it?
I thought, hey, maybe
Get
I
the
could
job
try
done.
this run feature that's in the game. Apparently not. It's not in the game. They forgot to include it.
It gets more effective with every passing
I
turn.
know, and it's been like 5 or 6 turns, and it still hasn't
Which is
worked.
It's because you're bad at the video game.
I'm
The
sorry.
auto fight would be able to run.
I'm sorry, I'm bad at RNG.
The auto fight
I'm
would be able
so
to
good
run.
at RNG. Tom is like best at RNG.
Tom is the best at RNG. I don't know anyone who's better, honestly.
Me. Woo. I loved it, but yeah.
All right, we will steal you later, Zara. Thank you.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you for being here. Very fun. Oh.
Is there any word to save in like Dr. Andonut's lab?
I hope there is. I didn't think there was, which is why I didn't do it. If there's not, I'm going to be very angry.
Yeah, that's just a. If there isn't, just do like a restore point, honestly.
Yeah. Oh my god, we're almost exactly at 3 hours.
Just about, yeah.
Do you think for every time a Neko Cat girl gets her Neko Cat ears,
An angel gets its wings?
I was gonna say a cat gets human ears?
I don't want to think about that.
Every time a bell rings, a Neko Cat girl gets her Neko ears.
Here we go. Yes, there we go.
Receiver. Oh,
Thanks for the 28,000, Dad.
thank you.
Thanks,
Here.
Dad.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Wait, what year did this game come out?
I
mean, $28,000.
19XX.
97?
don't know.
6? I don't know. End.
Something around there sounds correct.
Alright.
Ooh. All right.
Well, we're gonna end off here. We'll be right back with some Tasmanian Tiger 2. Stick around because
Oh.
it's a cool game. God damn it. Don't
stick around. People who aren't here.
don't leave.
Nudge, nudge.